saw some things at the home that were concerning to us. We believe now, after we've processed that crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime.
Nanos says Nancy Guthrie was last seen at her home on Saturday night, has limited mobility and is medication dependent, but it's not a dementia-related disappearance. CBS's Anna Schechter says of the search.
Even Border Patrol canine units have been out searching in the Arizona arid desert that is really hostile environment, especially for somebody with health complications.
People who don't usually see much winter weather are digging it out from a record-setting snowstorm.
It's one for the history books. A strong coastal storm dumped as much as 18 inches of snow in areas of central North Carolina. More than a foot of snow fell on the North Carolina beaches. Al Wynn lives in Wilmington.
It's area next to the beach, so it's pretty rare that we actually see snow, and especially this much snow.
Monday morning saw the coldest temperatures in many places in the southeast, including Florida, in 30 years. Jim Crisula, CBS News, Greensboro, North Carolina.
The Hennepin County, Minnesota medical examiner has ruled Alex Preddy's official manner of death was a homicide and that the 37-year-old nurse's Minneapolis cause of death was multiple gunshot wounds after being shot by law enforcement officers. 5-year-old Liam Ramos and his father, Adrian Arias, have returned to Minnesota after being released from ICE custody in Texas over the weekend on a judge's order. The two were detained in suburban Minneapolis on January 20th. The government said the father entered the U.S. illegally from Ecuador in 2024. But the family's lawyer says the man has an asylum claim pending that lets him remain in the U.S. The 5-year-old was not in school today. CBS's Omar Villafranca explains why.
Early this morning, we saw alerts that school had been canceled. Come to find out, there was a bomb threat. It came early in the morning, and they couldn't sweep all the schools for security to double-check everything. They felt there was a credible threat, and they're expecting school to be back on tomorrow.
President Trump says he plans to lower tariffs on goods from India to 18% from 25%. CBS's Stacey Lynn explains why.
In a post on Truth Social, the president claimed Modi agreed to stop buying Russian oil and to buy much more from the United States and potentially Venezuela. He says this will help end the war in Ukraine. Both countries agreed to lower tariffs, and in return, Modi committed to buy American at a much higher level.
Stocks are up on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Take control of your financial life. Follow and listen to Money Watch with Jill Schlesinger on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Details on the rumored Seahawks sale coming right up. But first, your KIRO News Radio traffic. Overall, we're looking pretty good out there. This one brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino. We do have a big collision, though, down in JBLM. It's South 5. Just past the main gate, blocking your two right lanes. And we have a bumper-to-bumper backup approaching Berkeley Avenue. Tacoma to Olympia right now, a 15-minute delay, taking about 45 minutes. Here in Seattle, North 5, we've got just this minor backup approaching 520 due to our Revive I-5 project on the Ship Canal Bridge. And out toward Buckley, we have continued road work on State Route 410 near the White River Bridge. Traffic is alternating, and you've got about a 1-mile backup in each direction. Live professional boxing is back with a main event February 6th at the Emerald Queen Casino. The main event, powered by WFC, February 6th, only at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Connors. Just a week before the Seahawks play in the Super Bowl, ESPN is reporting the team will be put up for sale after the big game. However, a statement from the Paul Allen estate says it does not comment on rumors or speculation, and the team is not for sale. Other sources say talks have quietly been underway. Local fans tell KIRO 7 TV they don't like the idea one bit.
That's BS. They should not be up for sale. Why not? Because Seattle loves them, and they're part of our heritage and who we are here.
They should not sell the Seahawks. Let's not do a supersonic situation, please.
The team has been controlled by Jody Allen since the 2018 death of her brother and former owner Paul Allen. His directive called for the Seahawks to eventually be sold with proceeds going to charity. Seattle Police Chief Sean Barnes is outlining priorities for 2026. Barnes says neighborhood resource officers are coming to 2 additional locations, 3rd and Pine and 12th and Jackson. Barnes says this comes after a successful 3-month pilot program in the Magnuson neighborhood. SPD says overall reported crime in 2025 dropped by 18% citywide, but Barnes says people are still stealing guns out of cars. This morning marks the first day for Seattle Public Schools Superintendent Ben Schuldiner. He's began by laying the groundwork for plans to improve the district, focusing on funding and violence.
First and foremost, we have to make sure that our students and our faculty feel safe and secure. We then have to engage, as was said. We have to invigorate. We have to raise the bar. Because, and you will hear me talk about this quite often, students, children, rise to the level of our expectation.
Schuldiner most recently served as the superintendent of the Lansing School District in Michigan, where he led improvements in graduation and attendance rates. Former Seattle Mariners slugger Eugenio Suarez has agreed to a one-year, $15 million deal with the Cincinnati Reds, according to multiple sources. The 34-year-old, who hit 49 home runs last season between the Diamondbacks and Mariners, returns to the team where he spent 7 of his 12 MLB seasons and hit 189 of his 325 career home runs. Suarez is expected to serve mostly as Cincinnati's designated hitter this season. The deal reportedly includes a mutual option for 2027. And now your KIRO News Radio weather. Today will be the coolest day of the work week with a high around 51 with scattered showers. The rest of the week looks mostly sunny with highs around 60. We're at 46 and mostly cloudy in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Behold, a fiendish masterpiece from the bowels of hell! Mondays, boy, I hate Mondays. They make me so steamed. Weekends, I go for the weekends! Son of a yes!
Welcome to the show. Happy Monday to everyone. Jake Skorheim here. Spike O'Neill sitting right there.
Happy Super Bowl week, buddy.
We're coming
here.
up.
We're here.
We've arrived at Media Week, one of the greatest weeks in all of sports.
Most
as we look forward.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fluffed out, exaggerated.
Boy, the NFL makes some money, don't they?
They do, bud.
The NFL knows how to make money. Money. So the NFL starts every meeting, every official money. Owners meeting. They go, all right, everybody, say the magic chant. Money. All right, we got a lot to get to. It's going to be a fun day. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Later at 2 o'clock, we're going to have Luke Ducey in. He's got a fun report on all sorts of. He took a deep dive. It's fun to get to know the players. Like, one of the things I love is anytime, like right now on Netflix, my wife and I just started watching this thing on figure skating, like ice dancing, because you got the Olympics coming up.
Sure, yeah.
And so my wife was like, oh, this looks fun. Let's watch this. And it is giving you just a background of all the different ice dancers. Like, I don't spend a ton of time watching ice dancing.
Of the current Olympic team, U.S. team?
Current Olympic team, yeah.
Okay, wow.
And it's like, it's the Team U.S., Team Canada, some other teams, which I haven't gotten to yet. But when you get to know them, it's so much more fun to watch the competition.
Yeah, you got some skin in the game, yes.
Normally, I don't care a ton about.
Right.
Same thing for, I've gotten really into F1 racing. I was not a huge F1 fan. I didn't watch a lot of it.
Yeah, I was never. In America, it's a European sport that's made its way to these shores.
And then Drive to Survive came out on Netflix.
Okay.
Paul, have you seen Drive to Survive?
I haven't seen Drive to Survive, but you're saying that it kind of reminds me of Hard Knocks, with the beginning of the thing. Where
Good business model for him,
Paul holding in, by the way. Laura's out today.
Hello.
Paul's in, hanging out with us. So in Drive to Survive, you get to know all these players. You get to see all the backstories. So by the time you see the race, on Sundays when they race or whatever the day is, you have skin in the game because you have connected these people.
Right,
now.
you've got to, yes.
So Luke's doing the same thing for Seahawks players. So we're going to really get to know these guys at 2 o'clock. And I'm looking forward to this. And he said he's got a bunch of audio and he took a deep dive. So it'll be a lot of fun. All right, but we have a lot of stuff to get to. And like we were just talking about a second ago, let's jump right in with some Seahawks stuff in anticipation of Super Bowl week. This is an interesting story. I think it was on Friday. They had made this, there was this big report splashing around. I think Adam Schefter had it locally, Brady Henderson, right? Isn't he the first guy to break this?
I think so, yes. It was an ESPN story, but Brady covers the Hawks.
Yes, talking about how the Seahawks are up for sale. And we were talking about this on Friday, and you rightly said, this is a really odd time to announce a sale. Why would you say it now? And why would it be an odd time to announce a sale?
Well, because it's the week of preparation. At that point, Friday, it's the 2-week window.
Yeah.
Where teams prepare for Super Bowl, with the New England Patriots, yada yada yada. But the amount of focus and planning and all the things it takes to. I mean, we've all seen it. It can come down to a blade of grass.
Sure.
Whether you win a game or not. A kick bounces off, a double doinks the uprights. Ask Buffalo how close you can get to winning a Super Bowl and never get there. And when are you ever going to get back?
Yeah.
Buffalo hadn't been back since those 4 years in a row. Have not been back since they lost four straight games.
Yeah, that was
so
crazy.
Focus and these coaches, they dedicate everything to keeping these guys on task.
Focused.
Coach McDonald said,
distraction-free.
The Seahawks have tomorrow off. The players have Tuesday off.
Sweet.
Because that's
Good
how
idea.
the Hawks do it. This isn't Super Bowl week. This is week 21.
Yeah.
It's just like every week they've had all year long. The programs doesn't change. Doesn't matter about 800 million cameras and a global audience of 85 million.
And listen, like the players, they're going to do media week because it's good for their personal brands.
Well, some of them do.
They're also required to do it by the NFL.
Some of them do it so they won't get fined.
Do you remember that? Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. That famous,
Yep.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Every
Marshawn.
single answer, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Legend.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And that's the most covered thing. And it just vaulted him into the stratosphere. All anybody wanted to do was hang out with Marshawn Lynch after that.
Yep.
His post career, by the way, is pretty genius.
Genius.
Just all the stuff he's doing.
He's America's scary sweetheart.
He is, absolutely.
Yep.
But so they're trying to avoid all this controversy. But now the Paul Allen estate's saying, "Hey, we don't comment." This is what the Paul Allen estate told Como's Chris Daniels. They said, "We don't comment on rumors or speculation, and the team is not for sale. We've already said that will change at some point per Paul's wishes, but there is no news to share. Our focus right now is winning the Super Bowl and completing the sale of the Portland Trail Blazers in the coming months." Right now, Jody Allen, she's basically the executor of his estate.
Yeah,
she's
and chairman of the Seahawks.
Chairman of the Seahawks.
Yeah.
She's also, in charge of the Trailblazers. I mean, they've got a lot of things going on right now.
And to Paul's, this whole thing comes out because Allen said it was his wish that all of his assets be liquidated to fund his philanthropic wishes.
Sure.
And when we have Luke on later today, we'll talk about a potential fine from the NFL.
Well, let's talk about that for a second right now. And we'll talk about more with Luke too, but I was just reading into this. So the NFL is reportedly, according to Adam Schefter, Andrew Beaton of the Wall Street Journal, they're fining the Seahawks $5 million for failure to comply with ownership requirements.
Yes.
Here's my question though. Why would they fine why would they fine the Seahawks right now? Why would they make that announcement right now as we're heading into the Super Bowl? You can't make that announcement after? I mean, is it really changing the conversation at all? Oh, it's only adding negativity to it if it's true.
Right.
So why would they do that?
A lot of people are speculating.
Anything you can do to give a little edge to the Patriots, who are now down by 4.5 points?
How many stories can you tell in the 2 weeks between the conference championship and Super Bowl Sunday?
Yeah.
You've got a lot of column inches to fill. You got a lot of channels to fill. You got a lot of things, everybody's looking for a different news story. The team for sale this week is not supposed to have, you don't announce that this week. The NFL's fining the team for dragging their feet, for not complying with the late owner's wishes. You don't do that this week.
The league is denying that a fine has been issued. That's what they're saying. And other parties are just saying we're not commenting.
Right. But these reporters, they know what they're doing. They're pros at their job.
Yeah.
They may be chasing interesting, unique stories. They're the only ones that have this, so we say their name and their outlet when we report these stories. But they're pros. They're not going to make something up out of whole cloth. There's something to these stories.
Interesting.
Very
interesting.
And the timing is very suspect.
It's very
suspect. Who would benefit?
Yeah.
Right?
Bono.
Chase the money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, buddy.
Can we point out one more thing? This is kind of a side connection to the Seahawks thing, but I thought this was pretty funny. Russell Wilson, all the Epstein files that have been released recently. Russell Wilson was in the Epstein files, but not how you might think.
Right.
There's an important distinction. There's an email apparently between Epstein and is it his pilot of one of his planes? And they're discussing the possibility of selling one of his private planes to Russell Wilson back in 2019. And so that's how Russell Wilson has this now. His name is technically now associated with these Epstein files, but not in a negative way.
Well, and then you see Russell Wilson with sensory deprivation tank, Epstein files. These stories, they make themselves.
Totally.
No, yeah, Russell Wilson. You know, one of the reasons that Russell Wilson, the era came to an end with the Seahawks, and again, Jody Allen made that call. She pulled the trigger on that.
Yeah,
was that he had his own team. He had his own regiment. He had his own office at the complex, where his personal dietitian and his personal blah 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 and his nutritionist and
Sure.
yada, all these things, his sensory deprivation tanks. It was like there was the team and then there was Russell Wilson.
Sure.
And that really didn't bode well for the word team.
There's no I in team.
Right. Yeah. So Russell, was looking to get in a private plane to fly his private staff. Because they weren't going to let him on the team jet, but he got to have those guys at the away games.
And
you can't go to play in Tennessee without your nutritionist and your herpetoculturist.
And you're making the kind of money he's making.
Right.
Sometimes
Scary
you
money.
can afford those things.
Yes. Plus, he's got the, Sierra and the kids.
Sure.
Maybe that's what it's for. And he deserves that.
Russell responded. This is funny. I have not been a huge fan of Russell's post-Seahawks.
Well, yeah, he's kind of not to sully his legacy.
Yeah, but I actually found this really likable. He posted when this story came out, he posted on X, he said, "Nope, absolutely not. Not today, Satan." Which I thought was funny. He says, "Some random plane broker tried to sell me a plane. I had no idea whose plane and never bought the plane. Never talked, never met the man. Thank God. Nope, absolutely not. Not today,
Not
Satan."
today, Satan. That's the new Russell Wilson right
Really
there.
funny. And that is, that would make sense. That a broker for these super expensive Gulfstream,
right?
4, 5, 6, whatever these jets are,
and multi-billionaires. They have
tens of millions of dollars.
They want
these
new
jets.
ones. They sell their old ones. Boom.
Yes. Yeah. And then he ends up
not today,
finding
Satan.
himself in the Epstein files.
That's so beautiful. It does. It does. It goes a long way in repairing my personal opinion of Russell Wilson.
Me too. A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. We gotta talk about this for a few minutes because today is, of course, Groundhog Day. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Yes. Accomplished. Bucket list.
Party booties, it's cold out there.
Is this not the best? One of the best movies of all time?
Absolutely.
Would you say top 10 comedies of all time?
Yes. If we're giving personal opinion
Sure.
here.
Well, you and me,
yeah.
in this little kingdom of ours, the Jake and Spike Kingdom, we are the kings.
Yeah, I give it top 5.
I give top 5.
I'd move it up top 5 because it's not just brilliantly funny and incredibly original and creative. It's also got one of the most heartfelt human life lessons of any film of any genre.
That's why it's perfect.
It is.
It checks every single box.
Yep.
It is perfectly executed. It's perfectly. Often you won't find a script that's both perfectly written, conceived, and executed.
Yes.
It was so well done.
Yes.
Everything about it is just spot on. I love it. So good. But anyway, today is Groundhog Day. It's a real thing. It's not just in the movie. And this morning, thousands of people went to Pennsylvania.
Gobbler's Knob.
Tiny town. Have you ever gone to this?
No. I want to so bad.
So do I. Wouldn't this be fun to do this some year? Just go to Gobbler's Knob and broadcast from there for the show? I don't know if they'd let us do that.
Blah.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be awesome.
Oh, my gosh. What a dream it would be. There's like thousands and thousands of people that show up for this thing.
Oh, and this movie has made it a national.
It is.
It's iconic.
Yes.
It's iconic Americana.
Absolutely.
It is, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so here is the big reveal, whether or not we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter. Here you go.
We look to the future and not just the past. So I suppose this party could use a forecast. It is my job this February 2 to look to the skies and report back to you that there is a shadow here on my ground. 6 more weeks of winter abound.
Meanwhile, we're looking at a forecast of 60 degrees here.
I know.
In Seattle.
Sunny and
Phil
60
don't know
on
squat.
30. Yeah, he's...
I mean, how do you look to the future and the past? Did Phil get a meteorology degree? Did they send that groundhog to school?
Listen, we all know that's a scam business.
Drag a furry rodent out of a hole.
I bet you... Yeah, let's hear a little bit of that.
Once a year, the eyes of the nation turn to this tiny hamlet in western Pennsylvania to watch a master at work. The master? Punxsutawney Phil, the world's most famous weatherman, the groundhog, who, as legend has it, can predict the coming of an early spring. So I guess the question we have to ask ourselves today is, does Phil feel lucky? Then it's the same old shtick every year. The guy comes out with a big stick and raps on the door. They pull the little rat out. They talk to him. The rat talks back. And then they tell us what's going to happen.
I'll tell you what. I feel.
Excuse me.
I post a video. You guys can go and find this. This is selfless or a shameless self-promotion, but you guys can go and find me on X at Jake Skorheim or on Instagram. Same thing. And I posted a video today of my continued drive on I-5.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
It's so appropriate that today is Groundhog Day because every single day, the traffic heading into Seattle, I get on the same thing. I'm in the same traffic every single day. I'm seeing the same cars.
Sure,
We're kind of looking at each
yeah.
other, and we are just in darkness. It's like when he says in the movie, he goes, "You want a winter prediction? It's going to be cold. It's going to be gray, and it's going to last for the rest of your life."
Oh, man.
That's what I felt like as I'm sitting in traffic today. And I'll tell you what.
Pothole Pete out of his hole.
This
10
is
more
an
weeks of
embarrassing.
backup.
I'll tell you, this
10
is
more months of backup.
10 more months of this. It's not just 6 more weeks. It's 10 more months, and it's going to feel like the rest of your life. And I got to say this, and this is an embarrassing thing, and I wasn't planning on admitting this to the radio audience.
Okay.
But you guys are my family, and I love you, and I want to admit this
and
to you.
misery loves company.
And misery loves company. I have had now to arm myself on my way to work with a seat cushion, like an old man. How embarrassing is that? It is a literal.
I was going to say Texas catheter, so I think this show's doing great. You're doing great, buddy.
It is a literal pain in my butt as I'm sitting there. I've been in so much traffic.
Oh.
I'm just sitting there and I'm like squirming. I'm like, good Lord, I feel like I'm 90 years old.
Yep.
I've got the behind of a 90-year-old man right now. That's what it feels like.
I hadn't thought about it, but when I get to work and I get out of the car,
Are you sore?
I creak a little bit more. I thought it was just the weather.
No.
My age.
No.
It's them.
They are a pain in your butt, and they're doing it on purpose. These washed out people are doing it on purpose.
My back.
So today was a perfect day to post. I made a video of my way. I've been doing it every day as my little silent protest. I'm trying to get people onto this petition that I started to try to get them to consider opening up the express lanes. And people are starting to notice. Seattle Times has written about it now in a very favorable way about opening up the express lanes.
Right.
Every local news organizations, we're all scratching our heads. We're all saying, why are you guys not opening the express lanes for just a little bit, just to give us a taste?
Can I offer you something? Because I care about you, and I see how this is affecting you.
Yeah.
What lessons did we learn from Groundhog Day?
This lesson?
I'm a god.
You're God.
I'm a god. I'm not the god. I have been stabbed, shot, poisoned, frozen, hung, electrocuted, and burned.
Oh, really? Special today's blueberry waffles.
This is what it feels like, Spike, to be in traffic every day. That's what it feels like. All of those horrible things. But what lesson have we learned?
Do you have Phil's broadcast from the end when he figured it out?
Do we have that?
The long, luxurious winter.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, here
play
we go.
that.
All right, I'm going to play this. God, you're such an optimist. It makes me sick.
When Chekhov saw the long winter, he saw a winter bleak and dark and bereft of hope. Yet we know that winter is just another step in the cycle of life. But standing here among the people of Punxsutawney and basking in the warmth of their hearths and hearts, I couldn't imagine a better fate than a long and lustrous winter. From Punxsutawney, it's Phil Connors.
And Phil, you touched me, man. Touched me.
So what is your suggestion
that you should embrace the time behind that wheel?
Did I say this? Did I roll the window down and I say this to the people driving by? Hey, buddy, there's nothing better than sitting in traffic with you.
No. Make the most of that time, man.
To do what?
I don't know. Learn French. Learn to play the piano. Put a keyboard on your dashboard. Spend that time wisely.
I'm just trying to keep sores off my behind.
That's good use. Okay, there you go. Good use of your time.
This is what Washtenaw doing to me, Spike. Don't need to do this.
Oh, man.
All right. You can text us at the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Let us know how your commute's going or your winter or your groundhog prediction.
Your long, luxurious winter.
888-973-5476. We got a ton of stuff coming up. All right. This is really interesting. We're going to talk about this next. They had the protest on Friday.
The National Day Out.
National Day Out. One mother happened upon her child's middle school as this was happening. She didn't know what was happening.
Okay.
And so she has a big reaction to it, but she filmed herself as she was going in to talk to the school about what was happening.
Okay.
And I'd love to get your take on this because she did something that's, I think, very interesting, and I would love to know your thoughts on that.
Sure.
I'd also love to know the audience's thought. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. We'll be right back.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
And the home of the Seahawks, KIRO News Radio is there.
Can you believe it?
All week long, G. Scott broadcasts live from Radio Row in San Francisco during the G and Ursula Show. Weekdays 9 to noon.
It is a circus like you have never seen.
And Luke Ducey will be on the ground.
I am on the lookout for everything 12s.
From the only station where you hear Steve Rabel call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. KIRO News Radio.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
I had pain, I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug, and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Big Trees is Washington's premier tree sales and transplant company. Looking for a big selection of big trees? Visit Big Trees in Snohomish or BigTreeSupply.com.
Beauty, privacy, instantly.
For almost 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me, John Curley here. If comfort and energy savings matter to you, now is the time. Save up to $2,000 on a new Lennox heating and cooling system. Home Comfort Alliance will replace your system with one tailored to your home's layout and energy optimization. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com to save up to $2,000 on a Lennox and schedule a free consultation. For heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, call the Comfort People. Home Comfort Alliance. An organized home is a happy home and a happy homeowner. John Curley here. Closets by Design made me and my home happy. Experience the quality and backing of a national brand with friendly local Seattle service. From booking the appointment to a free in-home consult to installation day, Closets by Design will leave you wowed and clutter-free. Right now, get up to 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule today.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83 or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83 or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
83 or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
83 or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Connors. 4 Seattle public schools in the Rainier Beach area started classes late today to give administrators time to coordinate counseling and support for students following Friday's shooting that left 2 teens dead. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
While Seattle police continue to look for a suspect, families and friends are calling for calm. And neighborhood organizations that support families are calling for unity in this time of incredible loss. Kathy Wilmore is with the nonprofit FAST, Fathers and Sons Together.
We deserve safe and thriving schools, safe streets and transportation, clean and cared for neighborhoods, and meaningful investments in prevention.
Meantime, a makeshift memorial honoring the 2 lives lost continues to grow. In Seattle, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
If you've lost power or internet because someone stole wire, there's a bill in Olympia aimed right at that problem. KIRO News Radio's Amanda Factor explains.
House Bill 2213, currently in committee, would add new requirements for recyclers who buy copper wire for scrap. King County Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Gary Ernsdorf.
They're already required to collect some buyer information, but take a picture of it. We need to see what this actually is, and then upload it all to an online searchable database.
The recyclers don't like that, or the fact they would have to hold on to the metal for 10 days.
They want to be able to melt down the evidence right away.
Supporters say that would give police time to spot stolen wire and seize it. Ernsdorf says communications companies are losing millions of dollars, and that's likely being passed on to consumers. Amanda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
Costco is warning customers about a dangerous labeling mistake involving mini beignets. KIRO 7's Dee Sun has the details.
The mislabeled product contains undeclared tree nuts, posing a serious risk for anyone with an allergy. The affected batches were sold between January 16th and 30th in multiple states, including here in Washington. Costco says if you got one of the mislabeled packs, you can return them for a full refund.
The product was sold in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and California between January 16th and January 30th. King County, Washington hit a new record for evictions in 2025 as the affordability crisis continues to deepen. According to the Seattle Times, eviction filings in King County rose 12% to 8,732 last year, with neighboring Snohomish County up 16%. Most cases statewide were due to unpaid rent. Experts warn the actual number of people losing their homes is likely much higher since many agreements happen outside of court. Officials hope the backlog will ease, but for now, the pressure on families in the court system shows no signs of letting up. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by Simply Seattle. We've got a traffic alert down in JBLM. South 5 just past that main gate. Our long-term collision is now blocking 3 of your 4 lanes, leaving just the left lane open. So you're in about a 5-mile thick backup. Tacoma to Olympia is at 50 minutes. That's about a 20-minute delay. Here in Seattle, really the only issue we have is northbound, and that's just a minor backup approaching the Ship Canal's Revive I-5 project. And the West Seattle Bridge westbound, you're jammed up from I-5 across the Spokane Street Viaduct. We may have a stalled vehicle there at the end of the viaduct. Gear up for the big game at Simply Seattle. Shop official Seahawks playoff gear and custom Simply original designs. Shop in store or online and enter to win a $1,000 shopping spree now at simplyseattle.com. And now your KIRO News Radio weather. Cloudy and 51 this afternoon. Tomorrow, spring-like weather takes over with mostly sunny skies and highs around 60 through Friday. Cloudy and 46 right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Over the weekend, actually not over the weekend, I think this was Friday. There was subsequent marches, I believe, over the weekend in places nationwide. Yeah. There was a big push to the kind of an organized protest that went out that said to stop funding ICE. That's what they were attempting to do, right? It was like an ICE out protest.
Yeah, they wanted the country to show elected officials the national displeasure with the tactics of ICE.
Okay,
I think that's a kind interpretation of their goals, but I think that's a pretty accurate one.
Yeah, they're quoted in their flyers and stuff as saying, "No work, no school, no shopping. Stop funding ICE." And this was a the National Political Movement 50501, which sounds like a gene, but it's not.
5051.
5051. Yeah, like a really comfortable blue jean.
That's in the majority.
Yeah,
thus the 51.
501 jeans.
So it's the button fly initiative.
I was going to say, what would be a funny joke for 5501 protest jeans?
That mom fit.
Large in size. I don't know. This is a dumb joke. That's not even really a joke. All right. So here's what was interesting, though. I did see this. There was a video that was going around on social media about a mom who's unaware that this protest was happening. Mm-hmm. And she shows up, and this was in Auburn, Washington. The reason we're highlighting this is it's a local story here, but it was in Auburn, Washington. I'm not going to say the name of the middle school, although it's pretty clear in the videos. And I'm not going to say the name of the mom or her daughter or the principal that she speaks with, because, again, we don't need to give all these people's names out. That's not useful information. But you can hear in the passion in the audio what this mom might have been feeling. But she shows up at her daughter's middle school, and she drives by, and there are all these kids out front, and they're doing various things. And so she decides to pull over, as any parent would. You know, we've all had the experience. We've all heard horror stories about things that happen at children's schools.
Sure, these days, as a parent, you fear the worst.
You fear the worst, and unfortunately, we have stories like this, monthly, where something happens where they have to either lock down in place or shelter in place or whatever. And so this mom drives up to the school where it looks like kind of chaos is happening. And so she decides to park her car, and she gets out, and she's making her way into the office. And you can hear in the mom's voice, again, this is in Auburn, she's quite shook by what she's seeing, because she, again, doesn't know exactly what's happening. But as she's walking up to the school, she starts to get an idea of what's happening with the signs. And she starts to see that there's a bunch of anti-ICE signs and things like that. And the kids start booing her because she's not participating in that's her assessment. She's not participating in the protest, and she was not honking her horn in support. She just goes into the school, and so the kids start booing her. Listen to this, it's kind of crazy, and then we'll get into what happened inside the school with the school staff.
School, being allowed to protest ICE agents, disrupting traffic, having everyone honk. I'm pulling my child from school today.
She's being booed.
Are you hearing boos?
Did you not hear them say that? No. Everybody boo? Turn your headphones up. Are you not hearing that?
I didn't hear. I'm sure it's there. Let
me play it again for you. I just don't want you to miss it.
Oh, I trust you.
You hear that? Everybody boo?
Yeah, that's tasteless. Yeah.
We might call it jeering. Yeah. Maybe.
Sure.
Let's call it a jeer. Yeah, it's kind of like almost a boo.
What happened when she got inside?
So she gets inside, and she's talking to the school staff, and she's clearly flustered, and she says, "Hey, I want to take my kid out of this school. What are you guys doing? Why are you allowing this?" And she talks to the school staff, and then the principal will approach her in just a second.
I'm here to pull my child from the school right now. Perfect. I'm here to pull from the school district.
So you want to withdraw it?
Yep. This is unbelievable. I can't believe my kid is in this environment right now. I'm blown away. Can she be brought down to the office right now, please?
Again, if we have everybody out there, we'll get her.
I'm blown away. As a mother?
Yeah. Well, so I can explain to you what we're doing.
This is disrupting traffic and my child's education.
So then the principal comes over. She's saying, "I want to take my kid." She takes the kid out of the school
remove her
district.
from the district. She doesn't want her kids subjected to this anymore.
Absolutely.
As I walked up, I was getting booed by every single student. By the way, I'm making that known because I didn't honk. I pulled up to make sure everyone was okay.
Do you want to come back and talk?
Absolutely not.
That's the principal who's approached her. He identifies himself. He says, "I'm the principal. Do you want to come back and talk?" She says, "Absolutely not."
Mm-hmm.
Did we already get your student?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
I mean, we called for him and everything, though?
She's on her way.
Okay.
And then
And I want to be escorted to there because every single student booed me because I pulled up here, rolled down my window. Is everything okay? What's going on? To run into this, I didn't honk. I parked as soon as I walked up. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a huge problem, guys. I cannot believe that my child is in this environment right now. I'm ashamed and I'm embarrassed as a parent and as an adult wow, I thought my kid was safe here.
They're very safe here.
So he says they're very safe here in the end of that clip there. I have a very specific feeling about this.
Okay.
I would be interested in your take on this, Spike. Do you think she was overreacting? Do you think that she was reacting appropriately? Or do you feel like, to me, the school's participating in this and letting all the kids walk out, I think is obviously not a decision I would make, but
Sure.
I'd like your take on it too, if you're interested in sharing. You don't have to.
No, I'm happy to. How did they get the video of her? Was there
She's filming.
Yeah.
When she walks up, she's filming.
Yeah, she is. And then she's...
Is that a problem?
She's filming her interaction with the staff, filming her interaction with the student body and with the principal.
These days, not a horrible idea.
I believe, listen, if parents don't want their kids to take part in these social, justice, civic activism activities, I respect that.
Yeah.
Right. I don't believe the school was forcing her child to take part in this endeavor. I think she's performative.
You think so?
I think she's recording this, but if she goes in there, to talk to the student body or to talk to the school administrators and display her displeasure with their policy to let these kids, walk out, and just to make social media content to get her story out there, and maybe she speaks to a larger portion of the American parent population.
Oh, I think she does.
She may. I'm not saying I don't know that she does or doesn't.
Yeah.
But
I know she does.
It feels like, I'm sure she has her child's interest at heart.
Sure. Yeah, as every parent, you assume every parent does.
Yeah, but I think she's also got her social media content paramount.
She doesn't strike me as I would say this about the video. She does not strike me as a social media influencer person. She's
not a pro. I give you that.
She's very flustered. Yeah, this strikes me as a fairly authentic situation.
I think she wholeheartedly believes everything she says.
I don't think she rolled up to the school thinking this is going to be great content. I think she probably thought, I'm going to document something that could turn into a legal case, and I want to make sure that I have things documented properly. I also question, and again, this is in Auburn, I also question the school letting middle schoolers, I saw countless videos all around the country. Elementary schools, all these different places, middle schools, highly inappropriate, high schools, very inappropriate.
To let kids exercise?
100%.
Really?
Yeah, because they're children.
They're children. They're citizens of the country.
Does a 7th grader know all the complexities of the things that they're being asked to go out there and take part in protesting?
I think it's fair to say that a 7th grader may understand what they see on the news, and the way that this administration operates its immigration policies.
It's a perfect point to take a pause.
Sure.
When we come back, can I explain to you why I think this is a very bad idea?
Sure, and I'll tell you why I think it's why I think it was a typical classic
think
American
it's
life.
A lovely idea.
I think it's America.
Perfect. All right. That's going to be coming up next. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
There's only one Steve Rabel.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
He takes insight to another level. Shoot, the man played the game.
There's an old picture, 2 farmers sitting on a wooden fence. Each has a sock filled with cow manure, and they're swinging at each other to see who falls off the fence first. But that's what this felt like.
The only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Super Bowl. Sunday, kickoff at 3:30 on KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance. A place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait, and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
John Curley here. As humans, we value things that last. Local businesses, long-term relationships, people who have been in the community for years. That's Madrona Financial and CPAs. For decades, they've been serving Washingtonians, and what makes them different? They combine taxes and investments under one roof. Most firms do one or the other, but not both. Taxes are often your biggest retirement expense, bigger than travel or healthcare. Yet most never get a clear look at how taxes and investments fit together. That's why Madrona offers the Madrona Analysis. It's an easy-to-understand review of your retirement picture, income, taxes, investments, all working together in one coordinated plan. Best of all, it's conversational. You'll talk with someone who explains it all in plain English. Discover hidden tax traps, see if your portfolio matches income needs, and learn steps to retire with confidence. Call 833-673-7373 for your complimentary Madrona Analysis. Madrona Financial and CPAs, local, trusted, and here to put the whole picture together.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike and I are having a little fun, different point of view conversation. A lot of people call it argument, but we don't because we like each other.
No, we're not. You're not making names. We're not yelling names. We're not raising our voices. We're having conversations.
Yes. There was a big protest nationally on Friday. People were encouraged to walk out of schools and businesses as part of this political movement. They said, no work, no school, no shopping, stop funding ICE. I guess they think that ICE gets their fundings from school and shopping. But again, so a mother, we were playing this clip before the break, a mother in Auburn happens upon the school where her daughter attends, which is a middle school. They're doing this protest. She shows up, she walks in, she's filming the entire thing. She lets the school know, I want to pull my daughter out of school, this district. She's leaving. She's not going to be part of the school anymore. I'm going to find her a new school for her where she feels safe. The principal at the end of the clip says, well, she's plenty safe here. And then I want to just play you a quick clip because we asked before the break, I was asking you, do you think it's a good idea for these schools to participate in these things?
Sure.
I think it's a very bad idea.
Okay.
You think it's a very good idea and very American. But this is the mom telling her daughter, who's as surprised as anybody would be if you're just being pulled out of school, especially in middle school with your, teenagers. Your mom's obviously very emotional. She gets you in the car and she says, I'm really sorry, but you got to find a new school. And this was the daughter and her talking about what was happening that day. I want you to hear, her daughter's in 7th grade. Listen to this daughter's Listen to how this daughter was feeling about what was happening on her campus that day.
You can get a hold of Alex when school's over. We can pick her up. She can still come over and hang out. Cool with it. But we need to find a different, safe school. I cannot believe what I just drove into.
Yeah, they were talking about a walkout, but I was like, I don't know what that is. I didn't know it was going to be this bad.
It's not a walkout. It's a straight up ICE protest right in front of your school.
So the daughter doesn't even really know what it's called. She calls it a walk up, but it's clearly a walkout. That's what they're doing. They're walking out of school. They're protesting. Here's my problem with it. I don't care what people feel about ICE. I don't care about all that stuff. I don't care if they want to protest. God bless them if they want to protest. Okay. Do your thing. We live in a free country. You can do those things. Is school the place for it? Are elementary schools the place for it? Is middle school the place for it? Is a high school the place for it? I would say no. I'd say those are places to educate the kids on the things like reading and writing and math and all those fun things. And then outside of school, if they want to get into something like that on their own time, parents send their kids to school for a reason. They don't send them to school to become little protesters.
Okay.
Don't you think, or do you disagree with that?
I think a kid's education goes far beyond the X's and O's, ABCs.
And who's responsible for that?
Society. Parents are. Parents are.
Yeah.
A lot of parents are fine with their kids learning about social activism.
Totally fine.
Right?
Okay. Outside of school.
A lot of parents are fine with it in school.
Okay, but a lot of parents aren't, and they would prefer their kids be in class where they're supposed to be.
Well,
there's literally truancy laws. If you don't show up for school, you can get truancy laws.
How about kids who can't come to school or parents who choose not to send their kids to school in the last few months because schools have been a target of ICE operations in many cities. In Minneapolis, there are multiple reports of ICE setting up shop outside of schools because they feel that there are parents of these students who deserve deportation. And I'm not going to argue the legality of that because that's being pushed through the courts right now.
Sure.
But parents are, talking about truancy. Kids who can't come to school, you talked about how an elementary school kid could know what's going on. Well, if a kid says, how come A, B, C, and D haven't been in class for 2 weeks? Well, this is what's going on.
So you think the focus of these schools should be on protests that are happening and things that are happening in Minneapolis?
It's not what I said.
That's just what you said.
No, it's not.
In Auburn,
I said
here's
that.
the thing. Do you think it's a good idea in Auburn for these middle schoolers to be outside the school protesting with signs?
Yep. Auburn, Seattle.
Here's a question
San
for you.
Antonio, Texas,
Here's
Minneapolis.
Here's another question.
California,
Let's
New
say
York,
one of these kids,
Florida.
Let's say one of these kids who are, what is a middle school kid?
12.
12?
Yeah.
One of these kids is out there protesting, just like this mom says. They're all over. They're blocking the street. One of them gets hit by a car.
Sure, it's tragic, and that's right.
Who's responsible?
Sure. Yeah, the school who let him walk out of class.
Okay, so the school's not liable for the death of a child because they let him protest.
Okay, so we should.
Is that a good idea?
No, it's not. It's a horrible worst case scenario of what could happen when people protest.
Of course. Now, I'm not.
If somebody's walking through the streets of a city over the weekend, hundreds of thousands of people took to the streets.
Okay.
If somebody
That's
hits
not
him with
school
a car,
time. That's a conversation you and I are having. That's not school time.
Okay.
That's somebody's choice to go downtown and protest. Well within their right. They can do that. Now, should they be blocking traffic? No, they absolutely should not be blocking traffic.
Right. Nor should a kid walking out of a school.
Nor should a kid walking out of school.
Right.
I don't think they should be walking out of the schools.
Well, that's fair. I respect your opinion to hold that opinion.
Wouldn't you rather your kid be safe in school and to be in school learning than to possibly be getting hurt?
Absolutely.
So then why are we encouraging things like in this Auburn school?
I'd rather my kid lived in a country where the government didn't exceed their authority.
I'm not arguing.
I'm not arguing. No. You can't have the conversation about the kids being out of class. Let's talk about why kids are out of class. Kids went out of class Friday because it's our annual last day of January protest.
Spike, what I'm saying is a middle school in Auburn the appropriate place to be having this protest where you're literally putting kids at risk? They're out in the street.
Well,
could be harmed.
Could be harmed, but most of them weren't out in the street. Most of them
then
were
I guess
on
it's fine that they're not in school then. Why are they even in school? Just walk out. It's fine. Anytime you feel any protest that you want to participate in anything, or why doesn't the school say, hey, you know what, kids?
Has there been a real rash of kids leaving school to protest? Has there been
What are we talking about all last week? Yes.
The day that they walked out? Maybe there's multiple days.
We're literally talking about that right now.
Has there been
no work, no school, no shopping, stop finding ice.
Is there an epidemic of school walkouts? You're talking about a national day of attention on a population that doesn't approve of or appreciate what they feel are the illegal activities of the administration. It's a day.
You're talking about, I'm glad you brought that up as an example. You're talking about a political discussion that is now infesting these middle schools where these kids who don't even know what it's called. We heard the audio of the daughter there. They were talking about something called a walk-up. I didn't know it was going to be this bad, Mom. I didn't know what's going on.
Is it fair to paint all kids with that kid's ignorance of the situation?
I think she has the appropriate level of knowledge of things, which is a 7th grader who is focusing on school.
A lot of parents feel like 7th graders, it's a good point in their life to learn
to
about
become super politically active and to leave school.
To learn about the community that they live in.
Great. Do it outside of school. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't go protest. Take your kids with you to protest all you want. It's not what I would do, but take your kids all you want.
That's fine. And I'm not telling you how to raise your family.
Doing it during school hours seems to me to be the wrong approach. When this principal is sitting there saying, yeah, we actually don't even have somebody to get your kid right now because all the teachers are outside protesting. Is that useful for their day of school?
I don't think
What's the point of school?
The point of school is to learn.
Okay, then what are they doing?
They're learning about civic activism.
That's what you want taught in schools?
Maybe one day a year, yeah.
Is that mandated? Do we get to decide maybe a half a day? Could it be 3 days?
Fair question asked. Should it be banned?
Yes.
Fair question. It's a fair discussion to have. This country was founded on civic activism.
Would you like the school to participate? Let's say the school is participating in some political cause that you didn't agree with. Do you think it's a good idea if that school is shut down, let them all walk out?
Nobody required the students to do that. Nobody required the school to do that.
They're de facto.
No, they're not.
The school is saying, head on out and do this. We're going to be out there with you. That puts the kids in danger. I think it's a bad idea. Do it outside of school grounds. I think school should be for school. Do your political activity outside of it.
I respect your opinions.
You as well. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
Does my voice sound pretty good?
Better than I thought it would. The John Curley Show.
I was really trying to work with my diaphragm.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
I was screaming as everybody else was screaming, and all of a sudden the muscles in my neck tightened up, and it shut off blood in my head. I thought I almost passed out. I was so close.
What if you died?
Well, I would have been paying no attention to me. Like, get up, Dad.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, the wet, chilly weather has certainly arrived. It's Mike Salk here, and if your attic and crawl space are well insulated, your home should be fine. Should feel cozy and warm without your furnace having to work overtime. But you'd be surprised to learn how many homes in Western Washington lack insulation in these spaces. It's why you call Crawl Pros. If you're feeling cold drafts or seeing that heating bill spike, now's a great time to learn if you got anything going on behind that crawl space or attic by calling Crawl Pros. They'll come out to your house just like they did to mine, do the corner-to-corner inspection. In my case, they found the problem, showed me the pictures, and then they got it all fixed. Now, if they do discover your home is under or improperly insulated, they'll show you all the utility rebates that are available to help you get the work done correctly. Like if you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could get a rebate to cover up to 95% of the cost of the insulation job. If you're worried anything is going on in your crawl space or attic, including critters, water intrusion, mold, plumbing issues, anything, call Crawl Pros and schedule your free corner-to-corner inspection at crawlpros.com.
We are going to the Super Bowl! And the home of the Seahawks, KIRO Newsradio, is there.
Can you believe it?
All week long, G. Scott broadcasts live from Radio Row in San Francisco during the G and Ursula Show. Weekdays 9 to noon.
It is a circus like you have never seen.
And Luke Ducey will be on the ground.
I am on the lookout for everything 12s.
From the only station where you hear Steve Rabel call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. KIRO News Radio.
Liver from New Nordic protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon or in stores at CVS, Wegmans, and now GNC.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper in Buxton, North Carolina. The Atlantic Ocean swallowed a beach home, part of a winter storm that is blamed for at least 3 deaths, as much as 18 inches of snow in areas of central North Carolina, power outages and school closures in Memphis and Nashville. CBS's Jim Krasula reports on lingering misery in the mid and deep South.
Tens of thousands in Mississippi and Tennessee remain without power and heat more than a week after a deadly, crippling ice storm. Many, including this 82-year-old woman, have been told it could be another week without electricity.
Another week is a hard pill to swallow.
There are now at least 100 confirmed deaths from the winter storm that impacted 35 states last weekend. Jim Krasula, CBS News.
The president urges lawmakers to end the partial government shutdown. CBS's Stacey Lynn at the White House.
President Trump is urging House Republicans and Democrats to pass the legislation stat, and he says he'll sign it into law immediately. He says he's working hard on the deal with Speaker Johnson, posting on Truth Social, there can be no changes at this time, and says, quote, we'll work together in good faith to address the issues that have been raised. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
Nancy Guthrie's home is a crime scene, and the FBI is helping in the search for her. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos says of the 84-year-old mother of Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie, who was last seen at her home on Saturday night.
We know she didn't just walk out of there. That we know. There are other things at the scene that indicate she did not leave on her own. We know that.
Sheriff Nanos says Nancy Guthrie cannot have gone far from her house on her own because she has limited mobility. The border crossing between Gaza and Egypt has reopened for the movement of residents in both directions. Reporter Linda Gradstein has more from Jerusalem.
Egyptian officials said that only those who need medical treatment will be allowed to cross from Gaza into Egypt. Israeli officials said they will need to approve the names of anyone leaving or entering Gaza, and it will be dependent on a security check.
Super Bowl 60 has arrived in the San Francisco Bay Area ahead of Sunday's big game between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. CBS's Nydia Cavazos is there.
Both teams are already in place. They arrived on Sunday. They're in the area, and tonight is also opening night. So we're going to be expected to hear from both teams for an interview session, a photo session, and this is expected to be their only public appearance before the big day.
Stocks have closed up on Wall Street. The Dow jumped 515 points. The Nasdaq was up 130. S&P 500 closed up 37. This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to the official 48 Hours After Show post-mortem on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Crowds are gathering near Rainier Beach High School, where 2 teens were shot and killed Friday. We'll go live there next after your KIRO News Radio traffic. Brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance. JBLM, southbound I-5, just past the main gate. We're about an hour and a half into this collision, now blocking just the right lane for the past half hour. So we've gone from a full closure to 3 lanes closed to 2 lanes closed. We're finally down to just that 1 right lane closed. But it's left it with a 6-mile bumper-to-bumper backup starting way back near Bridgeport Way. Tacoma to Olympia is an hour and 10-minute commute right now. Heading into Seattle, North 5, just a minor backup approaching 520 across the Ship Canal Bridge due to Revive I-5. South 5 is wide open. Westbound on the Spokane Street Viaduct, the crash is at the west end, and traffic is backed up onto South 5 at the Rainier Brewery. And out toward Buckley, road work continues on State Route 410 near the White River Bridge, and traffic is alternating with a good mile or so backup in each direction. For nearly 50 years, 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance. Right now, save up to $2,000 on new heating and cooling systems. Call the Comfort People, homecomfortalliance.com.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. 4 Seattle public schools in the Rainier Beach area started classes late today to give administrators time to coordinate counseling and support for students following Friday's shooting that left 2 teens dead. Right now, a rally is building near the scene, and KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is there. James?
Nate, I'm not sure just how this was organized, but there are several neighborhood organizations in this area that work to support youth and families. Now, there have been about 100 people, maybe a few more, here on every corner of this intersection at Rainier Avenue South and Henderson Street. This appears to be an organic gathering as people have come out to let young people know they are not alone. Here's parent Marcella Lyon. Sorry, I'm not sure if we have that sound there, Nate. She basically said that she is a parent herself and that she is tired of this type of violence in her neighborhood, and that she thinks that people in this neighborhood should stand up, show their support for kids, and demand more help from the city in their neighborhood. Meantime, Seattle police have their mobile precinct here, likely to discourage any further violence. Live in Seattle's Rainier Beach neighborhood, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Thanks, James. Sorry I didn't have that ready. Seattle Police Chief Sean Barnes is speaking out about Friday's fatal shooting of 2 teens. He says it's going to take everyone to stop gun violence.
Our community has become too familiar, I think, with mourning young lives, what I always call loss of potential.
That audio courtesy of Como TV. Barnes made his remarks this morning as he laid out his priorities for 2026. He says neighborhood resource officers are coming to 2 additional locations, 3rd and Pine and 12th and Jackson. Barnes says this comes after a successful 3-month pilot program in the Magnuson neighborhood. Former Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson's name has appeared in connection with Jeffrey Epstein. Wilson says he was approached years ago about buying Epstein's plane but had no idea who owned it. The Justice Department recently released documents showing emails from Epstein's pilot that mentioned Wilson as a potential buyer in 2019. KIRO 7's Lindsay Sheldon has more.
The emails detail negotiations over the price of that plane. Now, here's how Wilson responded on social media. Nope, absolutely not. Not today, Satan. Some random broker tried to sell me a plane. I had no idea whose plane and never bought the plane. Never talked nor met the man. Thank God.
Could the Seahawks be headed for new ownership? ESPN reports that talks are underway to sell the team after this weekend's Super Bowl. KIRO 7 spoke with some local fans this morning to hear their thoughts.
That's BS. They should not be up for sale.
Why not?
Because Seattle loves them and they're part of our heritage and who we are here.
They should not sell the Seahawks. Let's not do
Absolutely
a
not.
supersonic situation, please.
Yeah.
The Paul Allen estate won't comment on rumors, but says no sale is imminent. Since the death of Paul Allen in 2018, Jody Allen has run the team. And now your KIRO News Radio weather, mostly cloudy with a high around 51 this afternoon. Tuesday will start off with morning clouds turning sunny and a high around 60 tomorrow. Sun and 60 will be with us through Friday. 48 and cloudy right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 great hours to go. Man, we got a lot of great stuff. We also want your text messages. You can participate in these conversations. Some of the best. We're going to have a segment at the end of the show where we read a bunch of text messages. You can get us on the Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line, 888-973-5476. All right, we're going to get into the Grammys. We're talking. The Grammys was it just last night?
I hate to say this. It was.
It was last night.
I found out after the fact through social media. It has become such a...
Nobody has to watch anything when it's happening anymore. You just watch clips afterwards.
But
Except for sports. I can't do sports recorded.
Yeah, but the Grammys are the...
First off, I don't know anything about any of these people. I mean, I know that's a me problem. That's not a music problem. It's not a Grammys problem.
That's a them problem. It's a problem that you don't know because it's their job to market to you. Yes.
Yeah, I guess. Well, they got an audience. They got a room full of kids screaming their heads off.
I guess, yeah.
Room full of young artists.
You know how kids are. They'll scream their heads off for anything.
Elvis, Sinatra, it's never changed. Yeah. It really hasn't. Duran, you name it. Every generation's got their,
Before we get into this, can I share an update on my family? We added somebody to my family. I mean, my wife has been talking for years now.
Are you serious?
About wanting another kid.
Oh, that's Oh, buddy.
Thank you very much.
You're making the announcement here?
We're adding another boy to the family. Although it's not.
Yay. I'm so happy for you.
It's not a baby boy. It's not a child. It's not a human.
You're done. We got a pet.
We finally got a pet.
You just fished me in, man. Hook on. I'm in the boat. You're holding me up for a photograph right now.
I am. We got a pet.
You got a pet. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Let me guess. You got a puppy. You got a dog for the boys.
Close.
You got a black lab, right?
That's close.
Named Smokey.
It's not named
Smokey.
Smokey. It's not a black lab.
It's gonna be your best friend ever.
It would be sweet if it was a black lab named Smokey. No, that's not it. It's close.
You got a cat?
We're not cat
got
people.
Mr. Whiskers? No?
We didn't get Mr. Whiskers. We did not get, what was the cat's name in, what was the movie with Robert De Niro? Meet the Parents. Mr. Jinx.
Mr. Jinx. Oh.
You know you can milk a cat?
Jinx. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Could you milk me? You can milk anything with nipples. No, we did not get a cat. So, okay.
But you got a pet.
We have a picture we're going to share with the audience right now. This is the pet that we got. If you guys are watching the live stream,
if you're not, shame on you.
Yeah, shame on you.
So you didn't get a dog or cat. Okay.
Didn't get a dog or cat. What we got?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
A big giant bearded lizard, which is the perfect pet for 4 little boys.
Wait a minute. Seriously, that's a great looking lizard.
So here's what happened. This is really cool. My neighbors.
Did your wife weave that rope hammock for him?
She did not.
That's massive skill.
He chills out in that thing. It's so cool.
Sure.
So here's what happened.
That's a beautiful, beautiful animal.
Our neighbors, who are wonderful people and we're dear friends with, we were at a party Saturday night over at their house, and they came up to me and they said, "Hey, would your boys have any interest in taking one of our bearded dragons off our hands?"
I'm sorry?
Yeah, they have 2. They say, we're getting rid of one of them, probably 2, but we're going to donate them somewhere. And then we thought of you guys because you have little boys. Their sons are now teenagers. Like the one of them is in high school and the other one's like almost in high school.
They're growing up and finding their way.
They have other interests.
Yes.
Bearded lizards don't hold the same interests for teenage boys that they used to. And so they said, would your kids be interested? And they I don't know if this was deliberate or if this was just a happy accident. They made this offer in front of my kids. Which was instantly, they were just like, they had now imprinted on this bearded lizard and it had to be ours. And my wife was not near, so I said, let me talk to my wife, thinking that my wife would say no, right?
Okay. They put you on, they totally probably calculated. That was you putting you on the spot.
Yes.
And you were ready to throw mom under the bus.
And I was ready to let my wife be the bad guy.
Of course.
And so I says, I'm going to go talk to my wife.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Of course.
Brilliant.
I've been married 14 years. I don't
know.
So I was going to go ask my wife and say, hey, what do you think about this? And then she goes, yeah, that'd be great. Let's get it. And so she said yes. The next day, we have a bearded lizard in our house.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is really cool. The kids are loving it. He's like a chilled out little guy.
I've got a really good friend who I've known for 25 years, who's always had a bearded dragon.
Yeah,
always.
Or bearded dragon.
Bearded dragon. Always had
a
bearded dragon.
Yeah, bearded dragon.
You'll get the lingo.
I'll figure it out.
And in fact, she's had him for years.
They can live a while.
So is this this looks like a full-grown mature?
This is a 5-year-old bearded dragon.
Wow, right, prime. Doesn't need hip replacement, because sometimes you get a pet and it's time for the veterinarian bills to start racking up.
That's right.
Right. Now,
I think hopefully we're a couple years away from that. He seems like he's in good shape.
Looks like he's been eating a little heavy, man. You put that guy on a diet.
Yeah, they eat cockroaches, which the boys are very happy about, which my wife is not happy about.
You feed him live critters?
Yeah, so she says yes to something that she has absolutely no interest in taking care of herself. And so this will be this will be interesting.
It's a low barrier, low threshold of commitment.
Yeah, she was very nervous about it though. She says yes, and then she's like, I don't know about this. But then she just texted me a little bit ago. She says, I gave Kevin water and cleaned the dish. I'm trying to bond with him.
Kevin?
His name's Kevin.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Aww.
His name is Kevin. Which is kind of funny because we were talking as a family before he came over to the house. What should we name him? Because sometimes people rename pets.
Sure. Most do. I was going to ask.
And I said, as a joke suggestion, my suggestion for naming anything, stuffed animals, our Roomba in our house is named Kevin. I always say Kevin just because it's a stupid name. And then they come over, they say, oh, this is Kevin. I didn't know his name.
They named him Kevin.
His name was already Kevin.
Perfect.
And so I was like, this was just meant to be.
Yeah, it's meant to be.
So we have Kevin now, and he's a sweetheart.
Do they require a lot of delicate care? Environmental wise, do they need to be a certain? You have to have
a dragon,
lamp,
dude.
Right?
No, it's a dragon. as far as I understand it, he breathes fire, and he's basically a pretty cool guy.
Look at Kevin. That's so cool.
He eats crickets, or not crickets, I'm sorry. He eats cockroaches, and he eats like leafy greens, and he loves red peppers.
It looks like Kevin's been having all cockroach, no leafy greens lately. I might want to put that guy in a little slim down.
We have a very similar diet.
Do they? You say he enjoys that hammock? Did you get an entire enclosure?
Gave us everything. They said we're just trying to get rid of this guy.
Oh, that's so perfect.
They just brought it all over. It's the perfect pet.
It is.
It's the
really
perfect pet.
I mean, for all I know, they could have donated it somewhere. Next, some guy with a satanic ritual things going on. You know what the hell happens to Kevin at that point?
Yeah, no,
right?
my kids are like
I love this guy.
They said a good night prayer with him last night. This lizard's in good hands.
Just what he needed.
It's great. Yeah.
So speaking of in hands, can you handle these guys?
You can.
Gonna give
One
your boys
downside,
warts?
you got to worry about salmonella. That's like that.
Oh, really?
You just got to wash your hands.
Okay,
yeah.
well,
but it's like any little.
That's
like
another great
well.
another great teaching lesson.
Yeah.
Right? You want to play
Wash
with
your
Kevin?
hands.
Wash your hands, boys.
Wash your hands.
Nice.
Yeah. If he starts arching his back, get away.
Is that when he's ready to
pooping on you?
Ready to relieve himself?
That's what I heard.
That's
so yeah, it's very
wonderful.
exciting. So
Congratulations.
we're happy to welcome Kevin. It's just what my house needed. One more
little Seahawk jersey for Sunday.
We should.
You should. Yes, you
that
should.
Would be great.
Yes,
yeah.
you should.
I'll get him a Seahawks jersey.
Yes.
That'd be funny. We'll post some photos of Kevin in a Seahawks jersey. He's a good boy. We'll see. Well, I don't know if he's a good boy. We'll see. I hope he's a good boy.
Congratulations. That's a great little entry. It's responsibility teacher for the boys.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Did I hear you telling somebody you have a leash for him?
They have a leash. Yeah, he has a leash.
On walks?
You can walk him around the house. His leash has little dragon wings on it.
No.
So he looks like a little dragon.
You got to bring a picture of that
I'll
tomorrow.
bring a picture of that, yeah.
Awesome.
He's pretty fun. I'm excited.
That's great, man.
Yeah, it's fun. You know what's not fun? The Grammys, which is why nobody watches it. Can we shift to the Grammys for a second?
Yeah, we tried to avoid it as long as we could, but we have to bring the Grammy news.
All right. You've seen clips?
Oh, the clips went viral.
What were the clips that you saw? Because I'm interested. You and I have very different algorithms
America
to chase us
bad,
around.
Music good. I think if I could sum it up.
That's the clips that I saw.
America bad, music good.
Yes. Okay.
Well, no, wait a minute. See, that's not being fair. Trump bad, music good. Because I think as I saw a lot of protests, it seems like everybody had something to say from the podium.
Seems like that. Yeah.
But to be open-minded, I hope they love their country, and they think it deserves better than this administration. If I can paraphrase, Bad Bunny. Right,
okay.
But Bad Bunny was the guy who really brought it last night. I mean, everybody, Billie Eilish did, all the new artists did, they all did.
Okay. Yeah. Should we start with Bad Bunny?
Sure, yeah.
Let's start with Bad Bunny. This was part of Bad Bunny. Did he win Best Album? Is that was his?
He won Best Album. Yep.
Best Album. Yeah. Here's another question. What are the odds that this guy wins Best Album the week before the Super Bowl where he's the halftime performer? Is there any possibility that the backroom deal? Listen, we know how these things work, right? Isn't all award season? Isn't all award season?
Our little man's growing up, Paul. He's figured it out. It's just one big scam to sell records.
It might be.
He's figured
the
it
biggest.
out.
I would say though, he still is the biggest artist on the planet. On the
Sure.
same. So, but it could totally be.
That mean it was the
but
best
like
album.
you said, the timing, best album.
I haven't heard the album. Maybe it's the best album.
Maybe it's great.
I don't know. And he's up against other people that I don't know, so I can't even make a fair comparison. I don't know. I'm just saying the odds of him getting it as he's about to go and perform at the halftime in the Super Bowl, just very serendipitous for him, but whatever.
Very convenient.
Very convenient. This was him on stage talking and giving his acceptance speech for winning Best Album.
Before I say thanks to God, I'm going to say eyes out.
Do you have time to run the entire 17-minute standing ovation that got? Do we have all that much? Do we have that much time?
He had a long standing ovation. Yeah. That seemed to be a very popular sentiment amongst the gathered. So he's ice out. It was a lot of political stuff. There was a lot of
it tends to be, and this is a very liberal, if not woke, crowd.
Yeah, I mean, all the
from the artist to the audience, and I mean that. To be fair, that's who's watching the Grammys last night.
A lot of that. There was some speeches that were sweet that I thought,
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that they need to put politics in everything? Do you think they need to take that opportunity? Again, so right, they can do it. I don't care. I'm just saying that.
I don't think they need to, but I think they feel there's an obligation as artists to speak to what matters to their customer base, their fan base, and they feel that it's appropriate for themselves. I don't know. I like to separate politics from music when possible, although I loved Springsteen's release. It was probably #1 in the world. 18 different countries that hit number 1 on the charts. Springsteen's protest
You love
song.
that song now.
I do.
You said last week you thought it was garbage.
No, I didn't say it was garbage. I said his vocals weren't the
You said
greatest.
it's horrible.
I was speaking vocally. I wasn't speaking about content or intent.
About the song.
No, not about the quality of the vocals. It's not Bruce's best vocal work.
Sure.
And the songwriting
it's
was
nice. You've had a change of heart. You're a huge fan of his.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of his.
Yeah.
You know, and what I also said was it was very raw. He wrote it on Saturday, recorded on Sunday, released it on Monday.
Sure.
Didn't have time to sit with the lyrics.
Gotcha.
They're very passionate, very pointed, very fiery, spicy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Which is dangerous at his age.
With regard to his, man, with regard to artists and protest, it's been a part of the American culture.
Sure.
You know, this land is your land. This land is my land.
I think too they feel an obligation to feel like they're doing something more than just, you know, they're getting an award for music or whatever it is, but they want to feel like I'm part of a larger thing than just this, you know, whatever they're getting awarded
Well, they say,
for
you know,
at the moment.
culture leads everything.
I do wish
react
that
to
they would
culture.
just take Ricky Gervais's advice from the Golden Globes a few years ago, because this is how I feel about it.
So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and
I wonder what he would think. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you see, you know, and that's a valid point of view. Sometimes it gets, especially if you don't agree with the sentiment of the artist, whatever side it's on. You don't want to hear that garbage. I see that Don Lemon got a standing ovation. Did he win a Grammy?
Don Lemon got a standing
Best
ovation.
aggressive spoken word. What was his release this year? I didn't even see it.
Was this at the? I think this was at a pre-Grammys party where he got this.
Yeah, I pulled the audio, but it was really just him standing there and people applauding. So it's not really great audio. I couldn't. It was definitely a party of a bunch of muckety mucks, I would say, higher ups.
Grammy muckety mucks.
Oh yeah, it was an executive dinner. Yes.
Yeah, that's a very good thing for his brand right now. I imagine is to be getting standing O's at these types of events. This was Billie Eilish. This is what she had to say. Did you see this clip?
I did catch this. Her and what's his name? Phineas, her brother.
Phineas,
up there?
her brother. Yeah. This is what she had. This is how she won a Grammy for. What was her Grammy for?
I think she won Song of the Year.
Song of the Year.
Yeah.
She's very talented. But this is how she started it out.
No one is illegal on stolen land. And yeah, it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now. And I feel really hopeful in this room, and I feel like we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and the people matter. And I say sorry.
Yeah, that was actually from the audio source we pulled. It actually cut all that out. So I don't actually. That wasn't our edit. That was their own edit.
And for the sake of our broadcast license,
this doesn't sound like she was teeing up for a swear there, but I guess it's possible
like
she
I said, from where but I looked and it's similar places had a similar cut. I couldn't see exactly what the actual quote was.
Can I? You have something else you want to get to beforehand?
I was going to, but go ahead.
Oh, can we steer something towards some music?
Yes.
Isn't the Grammy supposed to be about music?
I do want to play this real fast, though.
Okay,
Can we do that when we get back? Can we do the music when we get back? It's just like we'll have some fun with it.
It's our show.
Because there's a few more acceptance speeches I want to play.
Sure.
And there's also, somebody had a really funny reaction. In fact, we'll take a commercial break now. I'm going to play this for you when we get back. Billie Eilish there just said, obviously her land acknowledgement stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody made a notice about where she currently lives. And
really?
Where that land originated from, and whether or not she's being true to her word that she in her speech. And there's an Aussie influencer who says he's going to fly over to the U.S. and attempt to do something that I don't think he's going to have much success doing. But we'll play you the clip, and it's pretty funny. And then also, you saw bands perform.
Well, yeah, there was one of the clips I saw was actually music.
Yeah. It's not just
From the
political
Grammys?
speeches.
Music, you say?
Yeah.
I'd like to see this.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's play that when we get back. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Hi, I'm Charlie Harden.
And I'm Amanda Factor.
Countdown to Super Bowl 60. It's Media Day. Our friend G. Scott is there, and he'll join us live.
Record deaths in the state's child welfare system. We'll ask Jake Goldstein Street of the Washington State Standard what the legislature is doing about it.
From the government shutdown to immigration, New York Times investigative reporter David Fahrenthold breaks down the big national stories of the day.
That's tomorrow, 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
On KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM and the KIRO News Radio app.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What do the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZzzQuil Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZzzQuil Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gordon Christensen, and if you're a dentist as I am, or you know a dentist, please take a moment to listen. When I became a dentist, I learned how quickly poor oral health can lead to other serious health problems. And for people without access to care, these problems can spiral very quickly. I wanted to help, but I wasn't sure how I could until I joined Dental Lifeline Network. It's a nonprofit that has helped us literally change the lives of people in our communities. DLN asks dentists to volunteer to see just one of the many patients in need in your area. It's very simple. DLN screens those in need and coordinates an initial appointment that takes place in the comfort of the dentist's own office and on their schedule. Right now, there's a wait list for patients in need in your community. I'm asking fellow dentists who will join me in seeing one patient per year.
Learn more about Dental Lifeline Network at willyouseeone.org. That's willyouseeone.org.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
The G and Ursula Show.
If you want to see what I'm wearing today, check out Mrs. Roper.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
A muumuu is like a bank. You never know how much is in it.
On KIRO News Radio and the KIRO News Radio app.
It's home show season. To celebrate, Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving you 20% off and a lifetime installation warranty, plus 12 months to pay with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest financing. See us at the home shows or visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. A federal spending bill is hitting a roadblock in the U.S. House. Some hardline Republicans now objecting to the deal that President Trump made with Senate Democrats last week. CBS's Stacey Lynn reports.
President Trump is urging House Republicans and Democrats to pass the legislation stat, and he says he'll sign it into law immediately. He says he's working hard on the deal with Speaker Johnson, posting on Truth Social, there can be no changes at this time, and says, quote, we'll work together in good faith to address the issues that have been raised. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
That Senate bill keeps the Department of Homeland Security funded for just 2 weeks, buying lawmakers time to hammer out limits on ICE operations. 12th man flag will be flying high over the Golden Gate Bridge this Super Bowl weekend.
It is going to be flying in enemy territory all weekend.
That is Tansley Allen. She led the fundraiser to hire a pilot to fly that flag in San Francisco ahead of the big game. She tells KIRO 7 TV.
We had so many 12s contribute to it, which was amazing. I kind of loved that whole, the 12s donating $12 for the 12 flag. That was cool.
The flag will start flying this Blue Friday from the Golden Gate Bridge all the way to Levi Stadium. It'll continue flying Saturday and Sunday ahead of the Super Bowl between the Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Closing bell report now. We now know nearly 2,200 Amazon positions are being cut across the states in the company's latest round of job cuts. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Sun reports.
Amazon's filings with the state show about 1,400 laid off are in Seattle. The office with the most cuts in Washington was at Amazon's Nitro North building on 7th Avenue, with about 177 workers affected. More than 600 layoffs are in Bellevue. Most of the listed roles are engineering positions, with software development engineers making up the largest group.
Company announced 16,000 total job cuts last week. More layoffs to report now. T-Mobile's cutting nearly 400 positions in Washington. That includes workers from its Bellevue headquarters to sites in Bothell, Bellingham, Spokane Valley, and East Wenatchee. On Wall Street today, the Dow gained 515, S&P ahead 37, NASDAQ also a winner today, notching 130 points. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk and check in with Nate Connors.
All right, buddy. Lakewood, South 5 at State Route 512. We've got a new collision blocking 2 left lanes, and that one's got you backed up to South 56th, but we're still dealing with our long-term collision down at JBLM. South 5 just past the main gate. It's blocking your right lane, and all added up, you've got about a 10-mile solid backup between the 2 collisions. Tacoma to Olympia is going to take you an hour and 45 minutes. That's an hour 15-minute delay. North 5 in Seattle, just dealing with a minor backup approaching the Ship Canal Bridge, where we have Revive I-5 blocking 2 left lanes. South 5 a little crowded in the U District across the Ship Canal. And we've got brief backups at the First Avenue South Bridge from recent closures for marine traffic. Other than that, all of our major routes are wide open. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast now seeing rain turn to showers, but it will be a mostly warm week and a mainly dry week as well. Right now, temperatures in the 50s across the map. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We got a few more things to get to with the Grammys. Spike and I are just massive Grammys fans. Huge. I
went to one once.
Did you really?
We did Radio Row at the Grammys.
How was it?
In New York. It was fabulous. They put us right next to Howard Stern.
Oh, fun.
Because every show gets like a table.
Sure.
And they bring guests by, blah, 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 blah. So we were like totally getting Howard Stern leftovers.
It's a pretty good leftovers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Swimming in his wake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we were like playing music, and we had like a guitar there. I had B.B. King play my guitar and autograph my guitar at the Grammys in New York City. Yeah.
See, that's what would be cool. Like back in the day when it was, what year was that? Do you mind if I ask what year that was?
That would have been 32 years ago. Was this the 65th or 6th?
believe it was 66.
Could be
So it was
the
30,
this is the
34 years
1000th
ago.
Grammys.
Mine was the 32nd annual Grammy Awards.
32nd Grammys.
Yep. So it was 32, 34 years ago.
So that would have been
92,
early
91.
90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm just trying to get an idea of like what the
I had
music
long
was like.
hair. I'm in New York wearing flannel.
Did you go
Doc
to the?
Martens.
Did you go inside when they did the thing?
For the show itself?
For the show itself? No. Okay, that's fine.
Radio Row doesn't go to the Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
Radio Row don't go to the
You
Grammys.
just help promote. Yes.
I didn't know there was a Radio Row for the Grammys.
Oh, yeah.
So
Were
there's
they
one
put-
for all the award shows?
Pretty much.
Were they as political back then? Did they talk so much about? I mean, I feel like there's so much virtue signaling that happens at these things now. It is a requirement
not
that you
feel like it.
immediately identify all of your politics immediately.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
I didn't. Maybe I'm just selectively remembering the good points.
Yeah.
And not the archaic asinine political speeches.
But
that
it
the
didn't
artists
seem like they
didn't
were.
feel like it. Didn't feel like it was like this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to play the other half of this Billie Eilish thing real fast. So Billie Eilish started off by talking about stolen land and all that stuff. So this Aussie influencer is responding to her. I think this is pretty funny.
Big news, everybody. I've decided today to move into Billie Eilish's $6 million Malibu beachside mansion. She announced today at the Grammys that no human being is illegal on stolen land.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
So I'm going to be making the trip to America. I'm packing my bags right away, and I'm looking forward to just taking possession of her $6 million Malibu mansion. No human being is illegal. So I want to thank everybody who's believed in me on this journey. I really can't wait to move in. It's now my house. I want to thank Billie Eilish as well for her generosity. Thank you so much.
Well, when he shows
Pretty
me
funny.
when he shows me Hispanic heritage, then by all means.
What do you mean?
That California at one point was part of the Spanish Empire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would see how anybody coming across the border in El Paso may have a claim to Billie Eilish's beach house, but some
Wasn't
Aussie,
it only for like 20 years? Didn't they only have it for 20 years?
Spain,
Yeah.
before we bought it from them. And we
Yeah.
bought it. We didn't conquest it.
Yeah,
we
wasn't it
bought
like
it.
20 years?
We didn't squat on it, and the sheriff couldn't move us out. Wasn't like that. I'm not sure.
It's like a pretty short time.
Well, I know that we got the Louisiana
But you
purchase
get
from
us-
the French. We got the
Yeah,
California
good deal
territories
on
from the
that. What was that,
Spanish.
$7 million?
Something like that, yeah.
Louisiana
yeah.
purchase?
In today's
That's a good
dollars, that's
deal.
almost, $8 million. Yeah.
That's,
we bought.
Come on, that's funny though.
It's
After
funny.
her whole
It's-
thing,
it's funny as
it's
hell.
very funny.
Well,
It's
be
very
even
funny.
funnier is if she welcomed him in.
It would be
and recorded a song with him about
it would
stolen
be smart.
land.
It would be good PR
Right?
if she had a little bit of fun with herself.
Right?
If she
Wrote a song with this guy.
Somebody else did highlight too that one of her other houses in some very exclusive neighborhood was owned. It is on like former tribal areas, I guess.
Oh,
And her
wow.
house is like $14 million or something.
Okay.
Everyone was like, "Hey, you should just give it back. Like you're worth a ton of money. You
Don't
could just give it back."
talk the talk, walk the walk.
We've talked about this
Yes,
before when they
yes.
give these speeches and when they
Yes.
say these things at
Give it
school board
back.
meetings. Just give it back. If
Yeah.
you're going to say it, and you're going to try to get the
You
bonus
mean
points
it.
for it.
You don't be virtue signaling.
Why do you want the credit, but you don't want to do anything for it?
Amen.
So just give it back.
Yep.
Or allow this guy to live in your house. That would be very funny.
Hilarious.
We're going to play music in just a second. We will
Sure.
get to, because you did hear it was Post Malone / Chad Smith, right?
Yeah,
They did
in a Black Sabbath tribute.
Black Sabbath
for the
tribute.
late Ozzy Osbourne.
I want to play you two clips real fast of
Sure.
two country music stars who did win Grammys last night and gave acceptance speeches. This is the kind of acceptance speech that I would think as a music fan, when you're tuning in and you're hoping to get insight into how these artists feel about music and a little bit about like what their life was like leading up to the music.
Sure.
Instead of a vague political statement that is read 25 times by 15 different artists.
I gotcha. Yeah.
So this was Shabuzi. You know who Shabuzi is?
I don't.
Country music performer.
Named Shabuzi?
Shabuzi, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He's very good.
Is that an Oklahoma thing? Shabuzi? Is that
Well,
is
okay,
that a
no,
Native
so-
American tribe? Is he on?
It's not. So what happened was he's an immigrant to the country, and there was some.
Really?
His real name is difficult to pronounce, and so people were getting it wrong. So he came up.
Came up with Shabuzi.
Shabuzi.
I love this.
So anyway, this is him accepting his Grammy. Listen, this is great, and he's got. I mean, this guy's massively talented. You should check him out if you haven't listened to Shabuzi. Check him out if you like country music.
I got a speech, man. I've never written a speech in my life, and yesterday
Here's a song. You should listen to this one. You'd like it.
Okay.
It's called "Last of My Kind." Listen to that.
I said, I should write a speech. I said, dear God, I just want to say thank you. Nothing is possible without you. Your love and will preserves me through it all. I want to also thank my mother, who as of today has retired from her job after 30 years.
All right.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Working in the medical field as a registered nurse in a psych ward. She worked 3 to 4 jobs just to provide for me and my four siblings as an immigrant in this country. Thank you, Mom.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I love
just
this.
getting the chance to thank your mom like that. It's pretty good.
That's what's supposed to be.
I'm
with you.
This is Jelly Roll. Do you know who Jelly Roll is?
Sure, I'm familiar.
Okay, Jelly
He dropped
Roll.
a ton of weight, didn't he?
He dropped like 300 pounds.
He looks. It was insane. It's
crazy.
I mean,
Good for
the
him.
transformation was wild because I think he was probably winning a Grammy or involved a year ago.
I think it's pre-Ozempic too.
Yeah.
I think it's like real weight loss.
Wild
He's not faking it like all
for
those
him.
Ozempic people. But whatever. I mean, they look great, so good for him. This is Jelly Roll. He's given his speech, and he got very emotional and he got very passionate about it, and he explained where the album came from and his message to people. I thought this was pretty neat.
I know they're going to try to kick me off here, so just let me try to get this out. First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I am listening, Lord. Second of all, I want to thank my beautiful wife. I would have never changed my life without you. I'd have ended up dead or in jail. I'd have killed myself if it wasn't for you and Jesus. I thank you for that. I thank you for my label, Broken Bow, Country Radio, baby. What's up, y'all? Oh, Republic, John Manila, we did it, baby. There was a time in my life, y'all, that I was broken. That's why I wrote this album. I didn't think I had a chance, y'all. There was days that I thought the darkest things. I was a horrible human. There was a moment in my life that all I had was a Bible this big and a radio the same size and a 6x8 foot cell. And I believed that those two things could change my life. I believed that music had the power to change my life and God had the power to change my life. And I want to tell y'all right now, Jesus is for everybody. Jesus is not owned by one political party. Jesus is not owned by no music label. Jesus is Jesus, and anybody can have a relationship with him. I love you, Lord.
He brought the house down on that. I thought that was
awesome.
pretty cool.
That's how you do it. That's bringing it.
Very passionate. Seems like a good dude. All right, you heard this clip. This was Post Malone and Slash and Chad Smith.
Yeah, but we didn't mention Zach Top. Is that his name?
Oh, Zach Top. Yeah,
right?
local guy.
Kid won for Best Traditional Country Album.
Yeah.
Nice work, buddy.
Zach Top is unbelievable.
He's the guy that performed before the Seahawk game.
He did I think he did the national anthem.
Yes.
At
the conference championship game. Well done.
Zach Top is phenomenal.
Right.
Yeah, he's great.
But to clarify something that Jelly Roll said, God and Jesus, they hate heavy metal. I mean, to be fair.
Well,
to keep it 100.
Heavy metal is
to keep
the
it
song
100.
of the devil.
It is the music of the devil. Come on, let's just to be transparent.
Sure.
But this was at least some music from last night's Grammy show.
Okay. Do you want me to play it here?
Please.
This is a tribute, and this is tribute to Ozzy.
Tribute to Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne.
Right.
Yeah.
Mighty plot destruction, sorcerer deconstruction. In the fields, bodies burning. As the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind. You poisoning and brainwash minds.
Oh, you think, all right now. You got to give that.
That's pretty good. Do you guys sing this song?
Oh, yeah. War Pigs.
Is this a big part of your...
No, but we've done it on more than a handful of occasions. It's a 7-minute song.
Does it get you pretty jacked up
Oh,
when you're
yeah.
singing it?
Yeah.
I mean, are you feeling that energy the entire time?
You know, it's funny because that's a protest song.
Sure.
It's about the people who the war industrial complex feeding the youth of our nations across the world into their war machine. It's called War Pigs.
Yeah.
That song is a protest song about fighting the rich man's or the government's wars. That's a great song. It's
a good song.
It's a great song. And that was, Sabbath pioneered metal. They invented the genre.
Sure.
And to lose Ozzy, I think it was really touching that the Grammys felt it worthwhile to give that much stage time.
They absolutely should.
Yeah, absolutely should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
they
Ozzy
all
was
came
a
together.
legend.
And Post Malone, I had no idea. That guy brought it.
Post Malone has a really good country duet album.
Really?
You should check out.
I should check it out.
Yeah, it's really, really fantastic.
I'm going to check out Zach Top, man.
Listen to Zach Top, listen to Shaboot. If you like any of these guys, you're going to be a country fan.
I got an open mind.
Yeah.
Open my mind.
Oh, try it out. You're going to like
brother.
it. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. You might like what's coming up next. We'll be right back.
We are going to the Super Bowl. In the home of the Seahawks, KIRO News Radio is there.
Can you believe it?
All week long, G. Scott broadcasts live from Radio Row in San Francisco during the G and Ursula Show. Weekdays 9 to noon.
It is a circus like you have never seen.
And Luke Ducey will be on the ground.
I am on the lookout for everything 12s.
From the only station where you hear Steve Rabel call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. KIRO News Radio.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor.
Breathe happy, Febreze. La 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 la. Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let him know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not gonna do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
He was the heart of your family, and he taught you our history. He helped you fix your first flat. He was the best backyard DJ around. And every time he'd tell a story, he'd own the room. But now more than ever, he may feel alone. Today, older adults and their loved ones are struggling to connect in a time when connection has never been more important. But there is something we can do. Embrace our older loved ones through StoryCorps Connect. With StoryCorps Connect, you can honor seniors remotely with an interview about their life. Every interview will be archived at the Library of Congress, becoming part of American history, so that years from now, future generations can listen in.
All right, Grandpa, what's one piece of advice you have for me?
Just 3 words, sweetheart. Live with courage. The man that had the best stories still has plenty of stories to tell. So connect virtually and share the conversation of a lifetime at StoryCorpsConnect.org/AARP. Connect, honor, share. StoryCorps Connect. A message from AARP, StoryCorps, and the Ad Council.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
John Curley here. We value things that last. Local businesses, relationships, community. That's Madrona Financial and CPAs. They've been serving Washington families for decades, combining taxes and investments under one roof. Most firms just do one or the other, but not both. That's why Madrona offers the Madrona Analysis, a simple review of income, taxes, and investments in one plan. Call 833-673-7373 free for your complimentary Madrona analysis. Madrona Financial and CPAs, local, trusted, and here to put the whole picture together.
All right, welcome back. Can we talk a little sports for a second? Not Super Bowl related.
You bet.
Let's talk about the Mariners for a second. Did you see the story about Eugenio Suarez going to the Reds?
Saw that. That's Gino, right? I'm not as versed into the day-to-day Mariner.
Gino it's a bummer that he's leaving. I don't think the Mariners wanted to pay $15 million. Obviously, they didn't want to pay $15 million.
Yeah.
He's worth $15 million. Good for him. That's fantastic.
Worth whatever the market can get. You know?
He's got very cool hair, I got to say. You watch him, you look at his timeline on different teams. I mean, at times he's got like cool, short, like bleached hair. Mm-hmm. And then right now he's got like long, beautiful hair. He looks like Jesus. He's just a guy who's got good hair.
Is there anything cooler than being a good-looking guy that just hits the stuffing out of the ball?
No.
I mean, it's
who also gets paid $15 million a year? No.
I mean, you can't beat that.
No, it's really sweet.
Is he a single guy, Paul?
I don't believe so. No, I think
he's married.
He's
got
married, family, kids.
He's got daughters.
That's even better.
Yeah.
He's living the dream, man.
Yeah.
I wish his dream, though, was in Seattle because he did have, I think, one of the moments that I'm going to remember for all of time.
Amen.
As a Mariner.
Do you have it? You have it here?
I have it here. I'm going to play
right
this.
on.
This is the go-ahead grand slam. Listen to this. Was this in the ALCS?
Yes, the ALCS. This was a tied 2-2 ball game, bottom of the 8th inning, bases juiced, and then Gino comes up to the dish here and sends
This was right after Cal's solo home run,
yes,
right?
the backs were against the line. This was, the Mariners were fighting for their life. It was basically, trying to pick themselves up off the mat and cause that game 7. And this was one of those key moments to make it happen.
And Cal did he tie the game at 2-2? Is that
I believe
what
it was the solo shot that
tied it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then Gino steps up right after him.
Mariners have the Blue Jays on the ropes right now, trying to land a haymaker. Dominguez ready, the stretch. And again, the 2-2 on the way to Gino. Here she comes, swinging a fly ball, deep to right field. Lucas going back to the 1-8 track. Get out the right, bread and mustard, grandma. It is grand salami time. Eugenio Suarez with an opposite field. Grand salami. Mariners now lead the Blue Jays 6-2. Gino's second home run of the ball game. 5 runs batted in for Eugenio Suarez. It's the Mariners 6. It's the Blue Jays 2. And the crowd is going crazy here at T-Mobile Park. Holy smokes, what a comeback here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
That was so unbelievable. I remember watching that game I'm sitting there on the couch with my dad and my sons, and we're all watching it. And Cal had just hit his homer, so it was, we were back in the game. And wasn't that a full count as well?
I think it was close. It was deep in the count. I mean, it had all the drama that you wanted for all those times in your backyard. You're coming up, bases loaded, you're tossing the ball to yourself, and to have it play out like that in real time. I mean, unbelievable.
So fun to watch his face too when he hit that ball. You just see it, and he knows it's gone.
Yeah,
and he tosses the bat, and then to see them swarm him at home plate,
the home crowd.
I mean, just what a moment! And that whole season was like filled with moments like that. So the fact that this guy's not going to be, because everybody has very strong feelings that the Mariners are going to be good, obviously building off of last year. And to have him not be a part of that now is a bummer. I was really liking it.
Is it though? I mean, that moment, right?
Yeah.
That moment's going to live in Mariner lore forever.
Sure.
And he had 40 home runs last year, right, Paul? You know better than me. 40 home runs.
Mm-hmm. Good little hitter.
Didn't the bulk of them come with Arizona before we picked him up?
Yeah, he was on a heater. Unfortunately, he had a couple of big hits and big flies, but did not have to carry the same power over to Seattle.
Right, because this is a different ballpark than it was down in Arizona. So my question is do you pay $15 million for 1 year for a guy because he had that moment?
I mean, clearly not.
I mean, smarter minds than I made this decision not to retain this guy.
There is this part of me, though, that when you're watching the team coming up, it would have been cool to see them get to that next level,
keep it together,
that core group together.
Well, they kept Naylor, right? They made the decision.
Yes,
to keep
Naylor is, and
Yeah.
Naylor also debuted the new jerseys.
I saw the Steelhead Sundays.
Yeah,
the Steelhead. That's right. I was going to call them salmon, but yeah, the Steelhead.
Steelhead
jerseys.
Sundays.
Yeah.
Home Mariner ball games. We'll have the Steelhead Sunday uniforms.
Good looking jersey.
It's a great looking jersey. Old
I
school,
love
baby.
Naylor. Is he everybody's favorite player now on the team? Who's yours? Who's your favorite player?
Cal Raleigh.
Cal's got to be a big dumper.
Guy sells porta potties.
Yeah.
I mean, that's America.
No,
what a guy.
He's living the dream.
By the way, if I get a moment with his agent, meet me at microphone 2.
Okay.
I don't know if I would put your guy in a commercial with a talking plunger. I'm just saying.
Really?
He's got a Bob's.
Oh, man.
Is it Bob's?
He's kind of leaned into it, though. I don't know. Cal seems like the kind of guy. I think he'd be kind of fun with it.
You remember Jerry Maguire?
I think it's
the big 3: shoes, soft drinks, beer.
That's true. Well, he's got the beer already, but I think
he's got the phone.
Plunger?
He's on T-Mobile. He was on the T-Mobile commercials.
Here's the thing about Cal. He looks like a plumber.
He really does.
If you were to pull him off the street and you didn't tell me that he was one of the best hitters in baseball and nearly the MVP of the entire league.
Yep.
And you were to tell me instead, you were like, "Oh, this is Cal. He runs Cal's Plumbing in
Big Dumper Plumbing."
Yeah.
He
runs Cal's Plumbing out of Everett. I'd
2
be like,
trucks now. Big
cool.
Dumper coming up.
He's really building the business.
I can see that.
I would 100% believe it.
Right. That's fair.
With plumber's butt and everything. Right? Isn't that what they have?
Yeah, you bet. Big Dumper.
I would totally buy that.
Yeah.
So
I can see him coming out from under the sink. It's easy fix. Your disposal's clogged.
Exactly.
Quick swap out. I got one in the truck. Boom. I'll be out here in under an hour.
I'm going to give you a deal. I don't know why he's from Chicago all of a sudden.
I'm going to give you a deal. Because he's a working man, blue-collar guy, lunch pail kind of guy.
What's this other trade rumor about the Mariners?
There seems to be the Mariners are finalizing. It's not official, but now multiple people, including Jeff Passan, have said the Mariners are finalizing a deal to acquire infielder Brendan Donovan from the Cardinals. It's a utility guy, so he plays a few positions, and this is one of the consistent bats that the Mariners were looking for. So this seems to be an upgrade that they were hoping for at second base. Of course, as Polanco not going to the Mets as well, so the Mariners needed to figure out their plan for second base. This looks like it gives them an option, but the nice part about when you sign a utility player, you can play second base, play third base, maybe even some outfielder when you get those type of players, and especially if they can hit on top of it and they force themselves into the lineup every day.
Bonus.
That's a good problem. A good problem to have. So
that's great. Go Mariners.
Mariner news during Super Bowl week. What kind of city are we living in?
What a year. What a year for sports in Seattle. Fun stuff. All right. We got a lot more coming up. We're going to talk with, let's get back into sports for a little bit because this is fun. We're going to do a deep dive into Seahawks players off the field. And Luke Ducey's going to join us in just a few minutes. He's been pulling all of this interesting stuff together. He's got a bunch of good audio. Things about these players. Like we had talked last week about how Sam Darnold is a birder.
Yeah,
just like we are aspiring to be.
Right.
And he's got all sorts of things for all these different players. So that'll be fun. Luke will join us next. Stick around. We're going to be right back here.
There's only one Steve Rabel.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
He takes insight to another level. Shoot, the man played the game.
There's an old picture, 2 farmers sitting on a wooden fence. Each has a sock filled with cow manure, and they're swinging at each other to see who falls off the fence first. But that's what this felt like.
The only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Super Bowl. Sunday, kickoff at 3:30 on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and the results can last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment. Using your own natural hair, Advanced Hair can restore your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning. All backed by Advanced Hair's guarantee. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Take the next step to becoming a Seahawks season ticket holder. Join the season ticket holder notification list to secure your spot in line. By signing up, you'll be the first to know when space becomes available on the official Blue Pride waitlist. Plus, receive team news, special ticket offers, and more. Visit Seahawks.com/season tickets to sign up today.
Your local volunteer fire department routinely answers the call, whether it be a fire, traffic accident, or a cat stuck in a tree. But because of declines in memberships, departments have become understaffed. Your local volunteer fire department desperately needs you. Can you direct traffic, install a smoke alarm, help at a fundraiser? No matter what skills you have, you can make a difference. You don't have to fight fire to be a volunteer. Will you answer the call? For more information on how you can help, visit the Volunteer Firefighter Alliance at supportvfa.org.
Nick, did you know this is called quit time? Did you know what that is?
I do not know.
That means right about this time of the year, people quit their New Year's resolutions.
Oh, kind of like last year.
Okay, never mind. The important thing is that both of us made a New Year's resolution that we would take better care of ourselves for each other. And we're holding to that.
We are not flaming out because...
Longevity Medical Clinic. So we get the support of Longevity. We told them what our goals were, and they're like, absolutely, we'll get you in line. So they support me, they support you, and then as a couple, they're making us accountable for the decisions we make. So we're not going to be quitting on these things. I can't remember what your New Year's resolution was around the house.
My New Year's resolution around the house was that I was going to try to get you to start putting things away.
And I was going to get you to actually learn how to cook a piece of chicken.
Oh, well, that's for next year.
Okay, fine. Either way, we've got a team behind us. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
The G and Ursula Show.
We going to the Super Bowl.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
I have been told about Woodstock and how it was just peace, love, and hair grease. That was the energy amongst Seahawk fans everywhere.
People were doubting Sam Darnold. He had the game of his lifetime.
The game of his life. He won 14 games with the Minnesota Vikings last season, and he won 14 games with the Seahawks this season.
Subscribe to the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel and watch live.
DUI? Felony charge? Trust Bradley Johnson Lawyers and 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Over 30 years serving the Pacific Northwest and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Every mistake has a solution at 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY. 6 days until Super Bowl 60. The only station where you hear Steve Label call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Just in, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says every DHS officer deployed to Minneapolis is now being issued a body-worn camera. This on the same day as the shooting death of Alex Preddy is officially ruled a homicide. WCCO's Taylor Rivera.
The Hennepin County medical examiner ruling the January 24th shooting of 37-year-old Alex Preddy, a local veterans ICU nurse, a homicide. Preddy was fatally shot by federal agents during a Border Patrol operation in Minneapolis. The ruling confirms he died of multiple gunshot wounds. This decision comes amid a federal civil rights investigation that will determine whether or not the agents involved will face criminal charges. Taylor Rivera for CBS News, Minneapolis.
Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie, has been missing since Saturday night. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nano says she was last seen at her home, which they say is now a crime scene.
So we make a plea to anyone who knows anything about it, who has seen something, heard something, to contact us. Call 911.
CBS's Anna Schechter.
She has physical limitations, so she can't walk on her own to go any distance, really. But she is sharp as a tack, the sheriff said. There is absolutely no concern that she has any cognitive decline, and that is why they feel certain that this is a crime.
The House is back in Washington to begin considering a revised funding package to end the partial government shutdown that began over the weekend. The DHS funding has been at the center of the impasse, with Democrats demanding reforms to how immigration enforcement agencies conduct their operations. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Everyday Americans have had enough with the failed policies of Donald Trump and Republicans in the House and the Senate. And the only real question that needs to be answered right now is, when will Republicans have enough?
President Trump says he's moving to close Washington's Kennedy Center for 2 years, starting in July, for construction.
We're going to close it, and we're going to make it unbelievable, far better than it ever was, and we'll be able to do it properly.
The announcement comes after performers' backlash by way of cancellations after his changes at the Kennedy Center. There was an earthquake east of San Francisco this morning with a magnitude of 4.2. For this commuter,
they said that trains would be at reduced speed due to seismic activity.
The quake was felt all the way down to Santa Clara, which is where Super Bowl 60 will be played on Sunday. In Pennsylvania, the groundhog prognosticator known as Phil did his thing.
Yes, a shadow I see. You can start the Twitter. Hashtag 6 more weeks of winter.
This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to CBS News Roundup on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up, the Rainier Valley rallying after the shooting death of 2 teenagers. We'll get to that after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. The Emerald Queen Casino has this update. Good news for our Pierce County drivers. We're getting there. Both of our collisions between Lakewood and JBLM have cleared. We're seeing about 9 miles, though, of stop-and-go traffic between Lakewood to just past the JBLM main gate. We've improved, though, to an hour and 20-minute drive. That's down from an hour 45 minutes, so we're heading in the right direction. Heading into Seattle North 5, we've got 2 backups now. It's packed between the West Seattle Bridge and I-90. You'll break through the downtown core, and then again approaching 520 across the Ship Canal Bridge. If you're heading over the passes, traction tires advised and oversized vehicles prohibited over Stevens, Blewett, and White, but there are no restrictions right now over Snoqualmie. Here are some drive times. Linwood to Seattle, 15 minutes. Bellevue to Federal Way, a half hour. Olympia to Tacoma, also a half hour. Live professional boxing is back with the main event February 6th at the Emerald Queen Casino. The main event powered by WFC February 6th, only at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granello. A community rally is wrapping up at this hour at the bus stop where 2 teens were gunned down on Friday. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch is there now. He joins us live. James.
And about 100 people gathered on each corner of Rainier Avenue South and South Henderson Street. That's right by the bus stop where the 2 young men were gunned down on Friday afternoon. Most tell me they just wanted to be here to show their support. Here's parent Breon Scott.
I am very happy that people are showing up for them, but I want this to stay. I want this to stick. This is something that we're going to need for our children until we get to the root of the issue.
Now, so far, police have no suspects in this shooting. Anyone with information should call 911 or Crime Stoppers at 800-222-TIPS. In Seattle, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
All right, thank you, James, and apologize for those technical difficulties there. We'll try to get those figured out. New superintendent for Seattle Public Schools is beginning his first week on the job, talking about a new safety plan for the district. 3 days after 2 teenagers were shot and killed near that high school. Here is the superintendent.
You're talking about fencing, you're talking about cameras, you're talking about secure vestibules, you're talking about metal detectors in the high schools.
That is Superintendent Ben Schuldiner. He also notifies that some neighbors are calling for the return of school resource officers. Police Chief Sean Barnes is also speaking out after the shooting and another in Pioneer Square that left 1 person dead over the weekend. He says it's going to take everyone to stop gun violence.
Our community has become too familiar, I think, with mourning young lives, what I always call loss of potential.
That audio courtesy of Como TV. Barnes making his remarks today as he laid out his priorities for 2026. He says neighborhood resource officers are coming to 2 additional locations, 3rd and Pine and 12th and Jackson. Now to your weather updates. We are seeing rain turn to showers today. We're in for a pretty warm week and actually drying out starting tomorrow. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granello, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 fantastic hour to go. This is really exciting, too. We get to start this hour talking about the Seahawks. We're less than a week away from the Super Bowl, which is just the best. I cannot wait for it. We're going to do a bunch of Seahawks stuff all week.
Oh, but you got to. Let me ask you this really quick, because we got Luke Ducey with us, who's our man. You're going to be on the ground in Santa Clara,
Thursday,
right?
I'll be there. Yeah. All things 12s.
Now it's again a 2-week layover between the conference championship and the Super Bowl. They shortened it to a week a few years back because people thought it dragged on. I don't think it's fair to the teams.
Totally.
To play it in 1 week, and that was the ultimate decision the NFL made.
Sometimes biggest game of your life, you're going to get a week to rest up.
Right, rest up, plan, make all the right adjustments, but I love the circus.
Yes.
You need 2 weeks.
Here's the reason why the NFL actually made it 2 weeks. you have a whole extra week of marketing that you can sell things.
Yes.
They could give.
You can't move that many Doritos.
Who cares for
in 1 week?
Like the safety and health of the players. It's really, it's the money. The NFL is all about money.
How many pizza pockets can we move in 2 weeks?
Exactly.
That's not wrong. You know?
The avocado industry lobbied heavily for the extra week.
Okay, Luke, you're just diving into all things NFL. There's a ton of stuff we want to talk about, ton of Super Bowl stuff. And we're allowed to say it, right? Because we're talking about an event coming up.
I'm a news guy, so I think I give you license to talk about it.
We talk about it as a news perspective.
Right.
Okay.
You don't have to say the big game.
Luke, the big game is coming up. Tell us about how you've been diving into big game talk. You've been talking to you have like a bunch of insights into players and fun stuff.
Yeah. So what I'm going to be doing on the ground there Thursday is doing all stories all about the 12s. I'm just going to be looking out for them. Where are they? What are their interesting stories? What goofy stuff are they doing? When you get there to the Super Bowl and you get into these areas where the fans are, it is all corporate because you've got different companies that are NFL sponsors and they've got their spokespeople who are usually older football players, former football players. And it's just, you talk to them and they're fantastic. And then they'll say, and I'm here on behalf of Gillette because they make the best, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
my wife used to do PR for Jack Daniels, for a company that did PR for Jack Daniels years
ago. You got to get those interviews by 10 in the morning. Jack Daniels sponsor. By 2 in the afternoon.
I may or may not have been in the Jack Daniels booth down in Houston when the Patriots took on the Carolina Panthers with a Jack Daniels in hand. And it was Moose Johnston who was there as their spokesperson talking. Great guy, had great stories.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But so I'm also, though, today diving into, we all know the Seahawks. We think we know the players, but how well do we know them? They've got other pursuits outside of football. So I'm diving into what you probably do not know about the Seahawks. Let's start with Sam Darnold. I don't think a lot of people know this, that his grandfather was a television star. He was on the show Emergency back in the 70s, a world-class athlete. And there was something else that he told ESPN not too long ago in an interview.
Tell me about your grandfather. What was his legacy?
Yeah, he was the Marlboro Man.
He was the Marlboro Man.
One of the four. He was a legend here at USC. He played basketball. He was an Olympic volleyball player as well.
He was one of the original Marlboro
right,
Men.
One of the original four. Yeah.
How cool is that? I mean, because if you look at Sam Darnold and you imagine him in like a cool cowboy hat, just like looking off into a sunny sunset or something, or like a distance. And I'm not saying he's got a cigarette in his hands, but
no.
Tanned leather skin.
Yeah, but he looks like a Marlboro Man. It makes total sense. And also his nickname, I don't hear a lot of people calling this, but I have heard a couple of people call him Yosemite Sam Darnold.
Okay, if he went with a mustache,
well, he's got the mustache,
yes.
He's got the red hair, and like that would be a great nickname for him to lean into. And knowing he has Marlboro Man in his blood, it kind of all makes sense.
It does. And we can say his. I mean, it's just so weird. I have to ask
his grandfather's
name.
I said it this morning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dick Hammer.
His name is Dick Hammer.
It
goes along with the persona. He's just this American, gritty, kind of tough guy.
Marlboro. Tell you what,
Man, Dick Hammer.
When you choose the name of your child, you really are a lot. I mean, like, was this something when you guys chose the name of your kids? Were you guys thinking about like what that name is going to mean for the rest of their life? Like, how is that going to shape? Because there's a lot of people who believe like specific what you name your child actually will play into the rest of their life. Like what kind of life they're going to have.
Absolutely.
You name somebody Dick Hammer. I mean, there's only a couple things that guy's going to be.
He better be an Olympic athlete.
He's going to be a hard Olympic athlete.
And a Marlboro Man.
And he's going to be a Marlboro Man.
Leave the other side of the life alone.
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
This is a cool one. Leonard Big Cat Williams. You know how he got his nickname Big Cat? Because announcers at USC said he used to look like he used to pounce on quarterbacks like a big cat. And that's
I thought he was a feline enthusiast.
Kind of stuck. Oh, maybe. But he is an enthusiast of something else. A lot of people don't know he's an avid fisherman. And I don't mean that he just goes out to the, does some, fly or down to the pond and gets a bobber going.
Yeah.
No. He's got his own social media channel. He's like almost a professional, travels around the world fishing, grew up fishing, especially spear fishing. He once dove to 80 feet spear fishing.
Wow.
He can hold his breath for more than 4.5 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much grew up fishing my whole life. My dad was from Texas, so he grew up doing a lot of bass fishing and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Can you imagine being underwater and you see that thing coming at you like a leviathan?
Man.
Yes, with a spear in its hand.
That's really amazing when you think about the 4.5 minutes. That's really hard to do.
Oh, it's impossible for most humans.
But especially somebody his size. Right? I mean, like I know he's got a large lung capacity, but he's feeding a lot of body.
Yeah,
with that oxygen,
sucking up more than his fair share of oxygen.
And the idea that he can go 4.5 minutes. Have you guys ever gone spearfishing?
No.
Have you ever done it?
I would like to try it.
Okay, it's super fun. It's really great. I used to live in Hawaii in college, and a friend of mine was an avid spearfisher, like all the time. Like anytime we were on weekends or whatever, he'd always be out spearfishing, which is obviously you're in Hawaii, it's like a big hobby there. And you go with like the sling, the shoulder sling, and you like it's.
Is that where your arrows are? Your spears?
Well, it's like you put a wrap around your elbow.
Oh, so it's like attached to your wrist.
And you pull it back and you just release it, and that's your sling.
Do you have to go retrieve your spears when you miss?
No, it's hooked onto your.
No, I'm saying when you miss a fish. Do you go and get the spear out of the sand in the bottom?
No, the spear's hooked onto your. It's on a sling.
So
the sling is hooked to your arm. So you just
have to
fire
chase a wounded fish
and then
through
you
the water.
Pull it back.
I get it.
Yeah. It's not like an arrow that like flies from a bow and then it's gone. It's so hard. So the fact that this guy's successful doing this is really amazing.
That's crazy.
I've got deep water phobia. I can't imagine being that far underwater. I just can't.
Well, you guys should take a trip with Big Cat.
We should try to do it with Big Cat. That'd be fun.
JSN was roommates with G. Scott's son at Ohio State University. I think a lot of people know that.
Yeah,
and G was telling me a story about 6 years ago. He was taking his son, JSN, and CJ Stroud, who's the quarterback at Ohio State, now with the Houston Texans, out to Target and to dinner as they were moving them into the dorm room. Think about that.
And now, just like teenagers.
Right.
Isn't that funny?
And just crazy. Kenneth Walker has taken up photography. He collects anime as well. He's an enthusiast. Devin Witherspoon, huge gamer. Call of Duty, Mortal Kombat. He's also considered one of the NFL's biggest trash talkers. Here he was explaining to John Gruden what it's like talking trash back in the day to DK Metcalf.
They tell me you're one of the top trash talkers in the league. But when you go up against Metcalf, he's a big dude now. Yeah. Are you more selective in the trash talk that you use?
Nah, we always talk trash to each other.
Super cool. Nope, we just talk trash to each other. And then this is the weird one. I guess it's not weird. He's a nice guy, it seems like. The punter, Michael Dixon, highest paid punter in the NFL. He's an Aussie, if you didn't know. He has a fascination with ancient history, apparently.
Definitely Egypt kind of fascinates me. Still don't know how they built the pyramids and would just love, it just blows me away. So, I'll watch as many videos as there are on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I've watched them all now.
And he does that every morning, apparently. He tries to watch a documentary. In fact, the morning of that interview with ESPN.
Every morning he watches a documentary.
This is what he said he watched that morning during that ESPN interview.
I watched some stuff on Vikings and how they would take mushrooms before they would go into war.
You know what's interesting?
Okay.
It's interesting with special teams because it is like they often talk about how it's such a lonely position. It's training camp, all that stuff.
Right.
You're sequestered off. You're by yourself. I guess I'd always wondered what they're doing to eat up their time. And now we know he's just watching YouTube documentaries.
Viking documentaries.
But he's a phenomenal. The guy can punt.
He's the highest paid punter in the NFL, as Luke said, right? That guy, I read a story this week, because that's the thing about the media and the 2 weeks to the Super Bowl, how many different stories we can uncover and find. Especially, you've heard the three aspects of the game: offense, defense, special teams, right?
Sure.
And any Ram fan will tell you that they were the better team, but their special teams betrayed them, right? But look back at particularly the NFC Championship game. That guy punted 5 times, all inside the 20.
Yeah.
All of them inside the 20. The fumble was the trajectory of his punt was so high that the receiver didn't know how to field it.
Yes.
So this guy is,
he's waiting. There's a Seahawk right there just
down
waiting.
Right. And he'd called a fair catch, but he couldn't field the punt because of Dixon's ability to. We've all seen the double punt.
The double punt. It was against the Rams as well.
The block punt. He scoops up on the fly and kicks it.
And then boom.
And that goes back to his Aussie rules football day. He was trying to be a professional in that sport and didn't. Went to the University of Texas instead and became a punter. But you can run and kick the ball.
I wonder, with his interest in history, I follow this guy on X. He's like a medieval guy. He just posts about medieval things. And he posted a thing about the Seahawks today, which I thought was really funny. And he says, in medieval times, when a conquering kingdom would take over, like let's say a territory or another kingdom, they would go into their new kingdom and they would replace all their flags with their flags. And then and there was a picture of San Francisco's field in Santa Clara. It's not San Francisco, I understand that, but the 49ers field in Santa Clara with a giant Seahawks banner on the side.
Right.
Which is also so funny because I saw this other stuff where they're saying what a huge insult to injury to 49ers fans.
Oh, absolutely.
Hate the Seahawks.
See that logo painted in the end zone and flags hanging on the rafters down there?
And now the Seahawks are kind of the de facto home team because of proximity.
Yeah.
But it's kind of sweet for us.
You know, it's funny because I hadn't thought about this before, but the whole Viking thing.
Yeah.
and the plundering of other conquered regions.
Yes.
When we got to tailgate, we used to tailgate down at Tailgate Alley when I was a season ticket holder about 8-10 years ago. The people that we tailgated with, Mark Meeker was his name, Sherry Meeker Lowe, and that whole group, they would eat the food of the opposing city. Seriously, when we played the Patriots there, they had lobster bisque and lobster rolls. You play the Saints, you had gumbo. You played St. Louis, you had ribs. I mean, they would literally devour the known. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I love that.
It's so primordial.
It's like I drink your milkshake.
Yes, yes.
I drink
your milkshake. That's how we're celebrating this Sunday at my house.
It's the best.
Had a meeting with the kids this weekend. We're making lobster bisque and lobster
Are you
rolls.
really?
Oh,
Yes.
that's awesome.
You
You're
betcha,
Viking
man.
it up?
Yes.
You want to hear one more?
Just keep hearing
Just
more.
one more.
Let's go.
Just one more.
Give us all you
Okay.
got.
It's another Sam Darnold. And I'll leave you with this. And it's not the toughest, it's cool, I guess, but it's not, but anyways, a lot of people don't know this.
I know where you're going with this.
He's also a birder.
We had this on the show.
Oh, you did?
Buddy.
Play it.
I have a bird app, so like if a bird makes a noise and I turn the app on, it'll tell me what bird is chirping.
What?
That was a northern mockingbird.
Two things about that cut that I love. The interviewer's reaction when he says, what? And then whoever shot the video of him on a porch using the app starts laughing at him or with him at the end of that.
Look at this. I have the Merlin bird.
You have
identifier.
one?
Yes, of course.
Oh, nice. It is
Spike
cool.
and
He's a birder too, man.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'm trying to introduce Spike to it because I was playing this cut of I think it was a winter wren.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
But what are the hertz that it magnifies? Is it
the
40?
hertz level of the song of the winter wren on the megahertz
246. It's very specific.
is a particular frequency that produces melatonin or serotonin.
Whatever the one that makes you feel good.
It calms the nerves. It reduces anxiety. It releases chemicals in the brain that helps people relax. The song of this winter wren.
Isn't that amazing?
You two are looking at me like you're trying to convince me.
And you're looking at us like the guy interviewing Sam Darnold.
You should. My wife is into it. My wife is a birder.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but she can't sling a 50-yard pass on a dime and drop it in a bucket to JSN for a one-handed catch at the sideline.
Neither can I.
That's the difference between us and Sam Darnold.
That's true.
He makes us look good.
Yeah, he's actually a freak athlete.
He's a freak. I saw a stat that since he took over for the final 4 weeks of the season, he got the starting job in Carolina. Right then, he was on the bench, got 1-0 as a replacement for the Niners, and then with 14 wins in Minnesota and now 16 wins here, he is the winningest quarterback in the NFL since the day he won the starting job in Carolina. From that moment forward,
Yeah, what is he at right now?
more so than anybody.
It's amazing. It's really crazy now when you think about Minnesota letting him go. And I mean, you've seen now their manager has been fired.
Their GM, the guy who let Sam Darnold go,
yes,
has been let go.
Gone.
Yeah.
I've been seeing all these interviews with like Vikings players who are like, yeah, we wish him the best. We hope him the best. But yeah, it's tough to watch.
There was those 2 weeks. Those 2 weeks that he, the season finale against, was it the Lions? And then the playoff game against the same Rams team that destroyed his time in Minnesota, which opened the door for us here.
Well, you know what they say. Bird in the hand.
And as an open window. Right. Somehow I found. Hey, go ahead.
Do you have another Sam Darnold?
No, but I was going to
question?
ask about changing gears to the potential sale of
That's
the
what I
Seahawks.
wanted to switch over to in our
Yeah,
time
because I know
remaining.
you got stuff on that too.
Tell us a little bit about that, because on Friday, everybody was abuzz. The Seahawks are going to be sold. How could this information come out just before the Super Bowl?
Leaked from a source to ESPN.
And you asked on the show, you're like, isn't this really bad timing? Because doesn't this distract everybody in the Seahawks organization from the task at hand, which is to win the Super Bowl?
Right. And
which is the perfect question.
Right. And we have 2 weeks, and these coaches are trying everything to get every tiny little advantage. And focus and distractions can be the undoing.
Well, I saw 710 Seattle Sports' Brock Heward actually put out on Twitter. He put it out there because we're all thinking it, I think, was this leaked and by whom? And wouldn't it be apropos for the New England Patriots because they're Robert Kraft's an owner, he might know, and put it out there to be a distraction for the Seahawks. That's one theory. Yeah, ESPN still reporting that the team will be put on sale after the big game. However, here's the statement from the Paul Allen estate. Again, I know you've heard it, but we do not comment on rumors or speculation, and the team is not for sale. Now, what's interesting to me is that ESPN saying will be put on sale, the Allen estate saying the team is not for sale. Those two things can be true at the same time.
There's a story floating around now that the NFL has fined the Seahawks $5 million because they say that the Allen estate dictated that all his assets be liquidated
by
to go to
such a date.
to go to his philanthropic causes.
Sure.
And they say that Jody Allen, who doesn't own the team, she's just the chairman and steward for Paul Allen's wishes, that she's dragged her feet and has taken too long. Now, the NFL's denying that there's a fine, and the Seahawks aren't commenting. But to your point about who's leaking these stories,
it would not surprise me in the least if this is a Patriots ploy. Also, but you got to do what you can because they're 4.5-point underdogs to the Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored to win. I don't think anybody out there is thinking that the Patriots are going to walk away with this if you don't live in Boston. And I mean, I saw a map the other day of like what color the country is right now for who they're supporting. And the entire country is Seahawks, and the rest of this small little New England patch is maybe Patriots.
I think Maine even is blue, right? Yeah.
So it will be interesting. Also, can I comment on the fine, the $5 million fine?
Yeah.
Do you know how much that is to somebody like Jody Allen? Literally, it's like a nickel. It's
there's a term for this now. Couch money.
This is couch money for sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. This is Claudia Balducci level couch money.
Right.
Where it means nothing. $5 million to a billionaire, much less a multi-billionaire.
Right.
It's just, you could find them $5 million a day and they're making more in interest on the money that they currently have doing nothing than your fine could ever penalize them.
It'd be a shame to make Jody Allen sell this team, I think, because look at the job she's done and the decisions she's made. Moving on from Pete Carroll, moving on from Russell Wilson before that.
Does she have the option?
Why we're here?
Does she have the option of just buying it? Like, she has a bunch of money now. Could she just buy it, donate that money to charity? I mean,
great question.
I think she would have to go through the process like everyone else to have an ownership.
So it's not a conflict of interest.
You would have to make a bid like everyone else. I believe that's
well.
The
That's
case,
not like
but
the high bidder wins. It's not like an auction on eBay. The ownership gets to decide who they sell it to.
Yeah, which then puts her in a tricky spot because she's their boss right now, right?
Great questions, man.
So, and this also comes after, and perhaps this is another theory, trying to take away from rumors about quarterback Drake May for the Patriots. He took a really hard hit in the AFC Championship game, and he hurt his shoulder. There's no doubt about it. There was a famous doctor, Dr. David Chow, who comments on all kinds of football injuries with the NFL. He's got his own platform, social media, and he's really big on social media, and a lot of gamblers listen to him. And he said he came out and said, this is a pretty significant injury. It seems like now Coach Vrabel for the Patriots, Mike Vrabel, was asked about that on WEEI recently, and this was his response to that.
Is he 100% healthy today as you guys get ready?
There's not a player on our team that's 100% healthy.
Is he healthy enough to play at a high level?
I would imagine we'll go through the injury report, and whenever we have to turn that in, we'll turn it in.
So Vrabel is saying that he is injured, in fact, by saying that, because everyone is injured. But I will also point out that he responded after everyone on that panel took a shot of tequila before they that's how they celebrated their post-game show. Coach, come on, let's do a shot first. Let's ask questions.
Oh, that's fun.
The Patriots.
All right, Luke, thanks for all this, man. This is super fun. It's going to be a great Super Bowl to look forward to, and it's going to be a fun week. Thanks for coming in.
We'll have you all week, brother.
Go Hawks. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
Does my voice sound pretty good?
Better than I thought it would.
The John Curley Show.
I was really trying to work with my diaphragm.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
I was screaming as everybody else was screaming, and all of a sudden the muscles in my neck tightened up and it shut off blood in my head. I thought I almost passed out. I was so close.
What if you died?
Well, I would have been paying no attention to me. Like, get up, Dad.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
You're 62 or older, lots of equity in your home, and you want to pull some cash out, but a refinance or HELOC, well, it means a bigger payment. And the cost of selling your home, it's insane. So what should you do? Hey, Brock Hewitt here for Tila Mortgage. You don't need to live at a lower standard than you deserve. You really got 3 options. Number 1, sell your home. 2, get a HELOC or refinance. Or 3, get a reverse mortgage. Tila has done the analysis and believes that a reverse mortgage is the most cost-effective way for seniors to get cash out of their homes without selling and having the option of no monthly mortgage payment. Too good to be true? No. Call today and let's compare. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Give them a call today. 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
TILA, TILAmortgage.com.
Insurance and property taxes are borrower's responsibility. Tilo Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
I saw her texting coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu, the daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granello. President Trump is putting the pressure on House Republicans to pass a spending package as now some federal workers are receiving furlough notices.
I spoke with Speaker Johnson, I spoke with Leader Thune, and I think they're pretty close to a resolution.
Some Republicans, though, are opposed to that spending deal brokered by Senate Democrats. It only funds Homeland Security for 2 weeks, giving lawmakers a narrow window to negotiate new limits on ICE. CBS's Jim Krasula reports there are changes already happening in Minnesota.
U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem has posted on social media, effective immediately, body cameras will be given to every DHS officer deployed to Minneapolis. Noem also says the body cam program will be expanded to include DHS agents nationwide as funding permits.
Nearly 2,200 Amazon positions here in Washington are being slashed in the company's latest round of job cuts. Software development and engineering roles make up most of those cuts. Back in October, another 2,300 local workers were laid off by Amazon. Seahawks fans have now banded together to fly a giant 12th man flag over the Bay Area this Super Bowl weekend. KIRO 7 TV's Renji Sinha spoke with the woman behind that fundraising effort.
Tansy Allen says her campaign to fly the 12's flag over San Francisco is complete.
It is going to be flying in enemy territory all weekend.
She says late last week, the pilot she had been working with called and said even with every flight opening booked for Super Bowl ads, he managed to secure a spot for a plan to stream the 12 flag behind a plane over San Francisco.
A 4.2 earthquake rattled the Bay Area around 7 this morning. It shook communities from Oakland to San Francisco and Santa Clara, home of the upcoming Super Bowl. Seahawks had just gotten there last night. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 2:33. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. Down in this report brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. In Lakewood, looks like we're back to blocking that far right lane, southbound I-5, right at State Route 512, where crews are working on clearing this collision. Just beyond that, we still have 6 miles of stop-and-go traffic heading through JBLM, starting near Bridgeport Way from an earlier crash down there. Tacoma to Olympia, we're down to an hour and 10-minute commute. At its worst, this was up at an hour 45. Starting to see some building volumes southbound on the Valley Freeway through Kent, and again between Algona and Sumner. Renton to Puyallup, plan on 35 minutes. And as you head through Seattle, South 5 looks good, but North 5, we're packed approaching the West Seattle Bridge to Yesler. A lot of this traffic is drivers lining up in that left lane to hop onto the express lane. So if you stick to the far right, you might be able to scoot past this a little quicker. Another thick backup approaching 520 across the Ship Canal Bridge. It's home show season. Lake Washington Windows and Doors is giving you 20% off plus 12 months same as cash financing. Visit them at the home shows or lakewashingtonwindows.com. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. And now to your forecast. Steady rain has tapered off. We'll still see some showers this afternoon. And then starting tomorrow, drying out, highs in the low to mid-50s. Right now, 52 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is our new science segment we're going to start doing on the show daily.
Really?
We are. We're going to start doing a science segment.
Because
you and me are so smart.
I hope you're strong on the subject, brother, because I am not going to lift up my end of the canoe here.
All right, here's the thing. I think there's something very appealing about a couple of yokel locals, like you and I, trying to dive into something like quantum mechanics.
Sure.
Right?
Why not?
Just imagine just two buddies sitting around at the bar.
Talking quantum mechanics.
Talking quantum physics and all the stuff from Heisenberg to Schrodinger to Einstein. All the big ones.
Yeah.
The cat,
Right,
Schrodinger's
sure,
cat.
yeah.
Everybody knows that old chestnut. So I saw this clip and I thought it was kind of interesting. It's a professor and he's welcoming his students to a new semester and he's talking about
Introduction to quantum mechanics. Okay, perfect for me.
Yes,
I'm day one.
So let's do it together. Just like
I'm a guy I'm a walk-on on the football team who's required to take this class. Tell me what I need to know.
You step in, you sit down. Quantum, whatsy, and then this guy starts talking, and then here's what that sounds like.
So this is a very exciting day for me because today we're going to start quantum mechanics, and that's all we'll do till the end of the term. Now, I got bad news and good news.
Oh?
The bad news is that it's a subject that's kind of hard to follow intuitively, and the good news is that nobody can follow it intuitively. Richard Feynman, one of the big figures in physics, used to say no one understands quantum mechanics. So, in some sense, the pressure is off for you guys because I don't get it and you don't get it and Feynman doesn't get it. The point is, here's my goal. Right now, I'm the only one who doesn't understand quantum mechanics. In about 7 days, all of you will be unable to understand quantum mechanics. And you can go back and spread your ignorance everywhere else.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that great? Isn't that a nice approach?
Yeah, relax, people. You're not going to get it. I'm not going to give it to you. You're not going to get it.
Nobody gets it.
This is great.
Nobody understands
Being back,
any of this stuff.
do you supply tools?
Yeah.
Do I have to bring my own tools?
You may or you may not have to. Nobody gets it.
Get it.
Nobody knows what it means. Nobody knows anything.
Pressure is off at that point, right?
Yeah.
What a brilliant teaching method.
It's very smart. Kind of lowers the bar for people. Takes the
Sure.
pressure off. You don't have to understand everything immediately.
If you can open a book, you cannot understand quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
It's great.
Just like I.
Just like me.
Just like me. See, I can't even get the language right.
That's
Just
awesome.
like I. Do you enjoy science fiction?
I love science fiction. I love it. I really do. Always have all my life. I was a kid in the first generation of Star Trek.
Sure.
I mean, I watched
Like the Shatner and
yes. I was raised on
which was only 3 seasons, right?
I know.
People are.
It's lived for what, 60 years?
Has there ever been a show more successful on 3 seasons of
I don't think
TV?
so. Or more impactful.
Yeah, good point.
Right? Movies, spin-offs, Next Generation, you name it. Deep Space Nine. There's a new one. Starfleet Academy is out now, right? So I mean, it's gone on for 60 plus years.
I haven't seen Starfleet Academy.
I've seen some trailers.
I don't actually watch. I don't watch any of the Star Trek TV shows.
Okay,
if I'm being honest.
Some of them have been pretty good.
I've watched the movies that came out that J.J. Abrams did a few years back.
Yes,
I think they made 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah, Chris Pine, right?
Chris Pine was in those. Yeah. I enjoyed those.
Zachary Quinto, right?
Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana.
Yeah,
very good. Good bunch of people.
Yeah, she could communicate any solar system.
Absolutely, yeah. She could be on Star Trek, or she could be in.
She's a Marvel universe.
She's
across all genres.
She's an Avatar.
Yeah, she's an Avatar.
She's an Avatar as well.
That's right. Looks good in green, blue, brown.
Any color.
Any color.
Yeah.
That's universal.
That's what you.
That's
need.
what I love about science fiction. Mm-hmm. We've conquered all the problems in these worlds. Nobody worries about paychecks. Nobody worries about fuel sources. They've figured it out. You want food? Go to the replicator. Boom. What do you want?
Boom. Gruel.
Gruel,
Everybody
steak,
gets gruel.
tea, Earl Grey, hot, boom.
Have you seen, what's the movie with Matthew McConaughey? It came out a few years ago. Christopher Nolan. Interstellar.
Oh,
You
yes.
seen Interstellar?
Yes.
That, to me, was really fascinating because I do feel like he worked with an actual physicist in making that movie when they were writing that script.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene where they have to fly out to this anomaly that's out in the middle of space in order to cross the distance of space, which is impossible to do, I guess, because of the size in a human lifetime. So you couldn't do it. And so the only way to cross it is through a black hole. And so they go out to this black hole that has appeared in our solar system somewhere nearby. And I'm probably butchering it, but do you remember this? They go out there and it's like a circular... It is a circular thing because it's sucking all this gravity in.
Yeah.
And I guess Christopher Nolan, and he does the music that he does in Gravity is so phenomenal. I think I might even have some music. I'm going to pull it up here. But he wrote that. I'm going to look up Gravity real fast.
Interstellar?
Interstellar. Yes, Interstellar.
Gravity's a different movie. That's the...
Gravity's a different movie.
Yeah, it's going to get it totally...
Listen to this soundtrack from Interstellar.
Right? Oh, transportive.
I don't know quantum mechanics good, but this sounds like quantum mechanics, doesn't it?
It do.
I feel like I know more about quantum mechanics right now than I'm ever going to know in life. Just listening to Hans Zimmer.
You're never going to get smarter than you are right now.
Listen to this. We're just learning.
What a
people.
feeling that is.
We're learning
what a
together.
liberating feeling.
You listen to this, and now you know science.
Right?
That's how it works.
I feel smarterer already.
You are smarterer for having listened to that little bit of music there.
It's wonderful.
But he worked with, I guess he and a physicist he actually consulted with a real physicist on what a black hole would look like. Because you remember when they're flying around that thing, it looks like they're just flying around a circle.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're never going to be able to get inside. And then all of a sudden they're on the other side of it.
They're there. And remember when they come back in the time thing?
Oh my God. And the whole thing. And they reach out and there's like a face.
Right.
But it's a ghost face, but it's not really a ghost face. I don't want to spoil it if anybody hasn't seen it. It's a very good movie. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I think that's one of my favorite sci-fi
movies. To your question,
movies.
I think science fiction, literally, I think it's a gateway to everything we could possibly be.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about we're only limited by our imagination. It's an old axiom, right? I mean, the things that Gene Roddenberry came up with in Star Trek, for example, because we've all heard these, right?
These are amazing.
The communicator, right? The little flip communicator.
What does that look like?
Looks like a phone we've left 20 years ago.
It's a cell phone,
right? Remember the doors? When you walk up to a door in Star Trek and it opens up when you walk up to it, first place that ever been considered was right there.
Are you serious?
I swear to you. And now every door you walk up to...
That wasn't a thing before?
Nope. That was invented because Gene Roddenberry came up with it and thought, that's a good idea.
And every grocery store was watching. They went, that's a good idea.
That's a great idea. Yes. That was the brainchild of Gene Roddenberry.
Well, that's genius.
Well, I mean, and that speaks to, the space program, the U.S. space program, right? What do we need? Why do we need to go put people on the moon? I mean, because it's there, because we can, yada, yada, yada. How many of our daily life's interactions are better because of the science discovered through the necessity of having to travel into space and survive.
I don't
and
go
bring
through one
somebody
day
home.
without Velcroing something.
Right?
If only for
Everything.
Velcroing. I'll bet
For
you there's
that
other stuff
alone.
besides Velcro.
Yeah, like X-rays and, microwaves and all
But
these things. Yeah.
That's how I fasten all of my pants. It's because of space and science.
Thank you, Gene Rabbit. Thank you,
Every morning
Captain
I wake
Kirk.
up. This makes me feel like a real scientist. Every morning I wake up and I put on my loose-fitting pants. And as I'm Velcroing them together to fit correctly, I'm hearing this music.
Is this what you wake up to?
I do.
Look at you. You want to go conquer the day.
I stand in the mirror. And I put on my Velcro pants, and because you got to use your fingers to make the Velcro stick.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing this music, and I'm thinking of science.
Right.
And that's how I start every day.
That's awesome. So
that's going to become a big part of the show, guys. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Where's that guy teach? Do you know where that professor was from?
Nah, I didn't do that much research.
I want to go there. I want to be in his class.
Internet. He's on the internet. All right. Well, that's science. You're welcome.
We should do a science
We'll do
segment
science every day. Yeah. I mean, if we can remember. All right. Your text message is coming up next. We'll be right back.
We are going to the Super Bowl. And the home of the Seahawks, KIRO News Radio is there.
Can you believe it?
All week long, G. Scott broadcasts live from Radio Row in San Francisco during the G and Ursula Show. Weekdays 9 to noon.
It is a circus like you have never seen.
And Luke Ducey will be on the ground.
I am on the lookout for everything 12s.
From the only station where you hear Steve Rabel call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. KIRO News Radio.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back. I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Hi, Flo here from Progressive. You know, life changes quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, you mean like adding another vehicle?
Yes, that's something we can do.
Great, because I was thinking about getting a van so we could just keep the kids' softball stuff in the car.
Oh, we don't need to get into specifics. Just saying it's easy to change.
Oh, and Hannah wants to try the tuba.
Again, we don't need the specifics.
Last year, she wanted to be a tap dancer, but that only lasted 2 lessons.
Okay.
But she kept the shoes because they are adorable.
Well, just know that with Progressive, you can easily add another car to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Hey homeowners, are you stuck on the credit card treadmill and stressed because your consumer debt and monthly payments are too high? Well, Brock Hewitt here with a smart solution. Your home's equity in the Seattle Metro is probably larger than ever. It's like you're sitting on a stack of cash. Consider a cash-out refinance with Tila Mortgage to consolidate your high-balance credit cards, second mortgages, home equity lines of credit, and student loans, or get cash for a remodel. With interest rates finally coming down, consolidating your debt now may be the best decision you ever make. With excellent client reviews and trusted in Washington for over 25 years, Tila has competitive rates on refinance, purchase, or reverse mortgages too. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Call Tila Mortgage today, 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
TILA, TILAMortgage.com.
Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. Tons of fun today. We had a really great time hanging out with you all. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for all your text messages on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. 888-973-5476. Should we get into some of these right now?
We should. We've got limited time. We got to get right to it. Yeah.
Paul, we usually have our producer Laura participate in this and read some of these. Do you want to participate?
I'm ready to rock.
You can read, right?
Can you do it in a voice that sounds like Laura so we don't disturb the audience? I'm just kidding.
Yes, I'm a little late on that one.
Oy, oy, oy.
All right, go for it. Start us off.
All right, on the Seahawks being sold, David in Redmond says, it strikes me that Jody Allen may have a fiduciary responsibility to consider selling when the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl. Worth more as a Super Bowl team than not.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is an interesting
Their
point.
market has probably never been higher than it is right now.
Yeah, true.
Do you think that you want to have it sold? The best case scenario would be right after the Super Bowl if they win, right?
Sure, yeah.
But there is some value in the mystery of it, right? People get excited by that. They might say, like, hey, this is like, this is all up, upside.
Does it lose value if they lose the Super Bowl? I mean, they're at the pinnacle.
Patriots, I think so.
Okay.
But let's not even suppose that, because I don't think that's going to happen.
And I know we had some audio earlier of some Seahawk fans saying whether or not the team should be sold.
Yeah.
Because they belong in Seattle. First and foremost, let's clarify and say right here, right now, today.
Yeah.
That team ain't going nowhere.
They're not going anywhere. Yeah. No, that's just, it'll be a new owner in Seattle.
And as far as the fiduciary responsibility goes, I don't think that's the case because at that point, and I'm just speculating, I'm not a big finance guy, but Jody Allen would have to sell to the highest bidder. And I think the owner gets to pick as a business who they sell to.
I would imagine so, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have to take.
They don't have to take the highest bid. They could, if there's a better owner with offering less money, it behooves them for the benefit of the city. Take the That team's not leaving this town.
Yeah.
This is a valuable fan base and a great stadium.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, go for it.
With getting to know your Seahawks, Kara the Clean Lady says, okay, now I'm a super fan of your punter. I'm obsessed with Ancient Times too and watch YouTube videos at least once every workday. Every day after work. After work, let's point that out.
Good job, Kara.
Let's not get Kara fired.
That's awesome. Okay, on Groundhog Day, Joel in Big Lake says, darn you for playing the Pennsylvania polka on the radio. I started dancing right in the middle of work.
Oh, well, let's get it back on.
Spike, you and I also had that song stuck in our head.
You can't get away from it.
And it's great. You're welcome.
Eileen in Bremerton, you guys were actually talking about this. You guys need to go to Puxatawny, Pennsylvania. It's cool to see. I didn't get the whole text, but Eileen had a whole breakdown, actually, of the history, being there in Pennsylvania. Is this one of those random road trip, maybe not road trip, but like, how much of a bucket list item would this be for you guys?
I'd say this is actually fairly high on my list. I don't know if my kids would enjoy it as much as I would, but I think if my wife and I could sneak away and get to Punxsutawney.
If you're on the East Coast.
A little weekend out.
I don't know if I'd drive across the country to go to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, to go to Gobbler's Knob.
Just be cool to say that you went to Gobbler's Knob.
I wouldn't mind doing it.
Yeah, go to the hotel there.
Sure, you bet. Stay at that hotel.
Stay at that hotel.
That Airbnb.
Maybe there's a piano player.
I bet that room is
for sure.
You want the Phil Connors suite?
Yes, absolutely.
And the radio only plays one song?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Joey says Phil the Groundhog needs to get his eyes checked.
6 more weeks of winter, by the way, in case you
What
didn't
he
hear.
said.
6 more weeks of
what he said.
Okay, on my kids, we got a new pet. We got a bearded dragon. John in 573 says, you won't regret the bearded dragon. They're amazing. My son has one and figured it would just be boring. It actually has a personality and loves attention. This is actually what I was told as well. It responds to its name.
Okay.
So it will kind of like meander over to you, I guess. And it will also bob its head at you if it finds you appealing in some way.
Oh, you got a mouthful of
It's done none of these things to me.
Well,
but I have heard they can do these things. Yeah.
It'll give it time. Give Kevin time.
Speaking of names, Kevin in the 206 says, gee, thanks, Jake. Did you just say it was a stupid name? My name is Kevin. I've had it for 65 years. It was quite unique back then.
Kevin, I love the name Kevin. I suggest it all the time. My wife thinks it's ridiculous because I suggest it for everything. But that's why I picked it, because I do love it. So thank you, Kevin, for texting in. And you've got a beautiful name. I love it.
Oh, this is great. Renee says, here's to Kevin. Remember, all creatures born or hatched are their innocent but distinct wild tendencies. Treat Kevin with respect and, yes, with love. He's family now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Barbara says, Jay, congrats to Kevin. Your sons must be mesmerized. One of my sons left me his lizards while off to college. Just FYI, nutrition can be tricky. Romaine lettuce as iceberg has zero nutrition. I have heard that. They bond to one person, but like most, bites. Careful, they draw blood, antibiotic possible. Jeez Louise, salmonella, wash hands frequently. Barbara, you're scaring me.
And then finishes that with enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy.
Enjoy, except for the blood biting and the antibiotic.
Barbara.
Salmonella, he's a real treat.
I'll post a picture of this on my X page here in a minute at Jake Skorheim. Go ahead, Paul.
All right, we got the Grammys here. 253 says, perhaps Big Bunny was chosen for the Super Bowl because he had one of the most popular.
Big Bunny?
Possibly.
Is that what he said?
Did I say, I thought I said Bad Bunny.
You're obviously a fan. You said big.
Where is that?
It says BB.
I thought you said Big Bunny.
He did. He said Big
I
Bunny.
slipped right.
Yeah.
Perhaps
Maybe that's
my
why
wife
it was
will
chosen.
be that's the
You're
only
not
reason.
even a dad yet. That's a dad. I love Big Bunny.
Because he had one of the most popular albums, possibly the most popular album at the time, and then for that same reason was nominated and won Best Album when we were talking about Big Bunny.
Wow,
Bad Bunny.
now it's in there.
Now it's stuck in
Speaking of dad jokes, I just read this one.
Okay.
I read it to you guys
Please,
already, but I'm going
please.
to give it to the audience. I don't even know if this is true, but he said the guy who invented, was it the weather? How do you tell this joke? It's a horrible dad joke.
The guy who invented the wind chill factor.
The guy who invented the wind chill factor died today. He was 95, but he felt like 85. I hope he didn't actually die.
He'll be missed.
I hope he's.
That's a great joke.
That's a good joke.
Whee. Mike says, I thought the best parts of the Grammys were the tribute sections. Lauryn Hill saluting D'Angelo and Roberta Flack, Reba McEntire, and the salute to Ozzy Osbourne. They were incredible. By the way, that was up with Cher.
What was up with
What
Cher?
was up with Cher? Totally out of it.
I saw a little bit on that.
I didn't see that.
She's not a young woman anymore.
She's not a young woman.
I don't remember.
She's a national treasure.
I don't remember what movie this was from, but I'll say this about the Grammys. My favorite part is the end, when it's over. Do you remember what movie was that on? The guy goes, "What? So that's your favorite part?" He goes, "You know the last bit where you're done and it stopped?
Yeah.
That's it. That's my favorite part."
That sounds like Larry David to me.
It sounds like David. Yeah, that might be it. All right. Mom pulls kid out of school after protest. Let's see here. Tyson from 808. So the mom is upset by kids demonstrating their constitutional rights. She sounds overly dramatic. Tyson, I completely disagree. I think it would be smart for these kids to be in school. Obviously, we disagree on that. I think it also puts these kids in a dangerous position to be out in the road. But that's just me, and that's fine. We have different opinions. Spike, do one last one real quick.
Spike, I feel so strongly that schools shouldn't be imposing any social justice issues on our kids. The peer pressure from others and the teachers to participate in these so strong. And our kids are already dealing with so much that one-sided issues fits all is so unhealthy and unfair. That's not why we send our kids to school. Boom.
It's from Destiny. Thank you, Destiny.
Yeah.
All right, John Curley's coming up next. We will see you back here tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.
Does my voice sound pretty good?
Better than I thought I would.
The John Curley Show.
I was really trying to work with my diaphragm.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
I was screaming as everybody else was screaming, and all of a sudden the muscles in my neck tightened up and it shut off blood in my head. I thought I almost passed out. I was so close.
What if you died?
Well, I would have been paying no attention to me. Like, get up, Dad.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nia Hurd-Garris with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. As parents, we want our children to grow up healthy and strong. That means helping teens take responsibility for their health as they become young adults. One way to do that is to make sure they have one-on-one time with their pediatrician. That helps them become comfortable talking about any health issue with their doctors and with you. So make sure to give your teen a voice. It's good for their health. For more on teen health, visit healthychildren.org.
Adrian here from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Winter might seem like an odd time to replace your windows, but now is when you get the best deals. Our Leak Armor installation team will keep your home warm and dry while installing beautiful, new energy-efficient windows. You'll feel the difference right away. Quieter rooms, lower energy bills, and a more comfortable home.
Visit Lake Washington Windows and Doors at the home shows to get 20% off, plus 12 months, same as cash financing. Or go to lakewashingtonwindows.com.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
DUI? Felony charge? Trust Bradley Johnson Lawyers and 1-800-DUI-OA. Over 30 years serving the Pacific Northwest and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Every mistake has a solution at 1-800-DUI-OA.
1-800-DUI-OA! 6 days until Super Bowl 60. The only station where you hear Steve Label call the